strength of like Orlando is like, why you wouldn't need to be here? He paid him half before he died, but then he died. So that's it. Even more reason, like, y'all are not helping Paris's case, because the way that I'm like, Paris, you should have told that man that this was your damn father, and he would not have taken the damn contract, or he would have given the money back. And then if he go to get the money back, he finds out that that Sal is dead. Bada bing, bada boom. So we quite literally don't need to have y'all going at each other, and yet and still here we are, Paris, because you decided to pick the explosive route and flatten the whole damn apartment in London versus talking to your man who wanted to become your husband. Paris stresses me out so bad. And I'm gonna need Curtis to get on a good foot as it pertains to Paris, because he's running around doing all this damn detective work. But at some point, he's gonna have to tell her, girl, we need to talk to somebody else because this is not working. It's not quick enough. And we need to go ahead and get this done. He still got to complete the job. I guess. Hey y'all, your girl is rocking a tight schedule today. So excuse me while I finish up my makeup. Welcome in. We're talking Bel-Air, season 3, episodes 7 and 8. What's up, everybody? Hopefully y'all can hear me well. Let me know if there's any issues with sound. The girl is doing the most, as you can see. It's so interesting that Chippy knows Donna so well. But when is everything never not Chippy is not raising my granddaddy. You know? I'm just like, girl. Everybody on her damn, like, a personal live. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for checking in with me for day 121 of at this point, however many live streams. You trying to be a made woman when you need to try to be. I go live on my personal channel every day. And I'm trying to do all of the things. Today, life is lifing. And while I am just so very aware that I am very much so blessed, I am still stressed, and I'm trying to like navigate that. I am trying. I feel like he's gonna be so damn distracted that he's not going to give, like, he's not going to be mad about it, but I don't think he's going to be overly, like, excited either. I really don't know. I'm trying to do something. I'm surprised, but based off of the synopsis, it seems like Rio is going to welcome him in, and I thought that Rio was probably going to. I'm not even going to hold y'all. Some of this Bel-Air commentary is tied to my feelings of annoyance today. Junior. Drop on a scale of 1 to 10. Drop your ratings for tonight's or this week's episodes. I could totally see episode 7 and episode 8, and you can rank them separately. And it's like, but you also didn't want this family. You didn't want to be in this family, baby. So. I love you. I appreciate you. I think that you're really cool. And I love your like insightful takes. But I am realizing. Bad, but who is Bernie? That I can't do the Team Jackie bullshit. Bernie? I could tell you the difference if I knew who you talking about. Ooh. She didn't hate Donna before she was like leaning into like running after Antonio's validation. Like, mascara, I feel like she looks Lord pathetic. Knows, honey. Even with her like swaying Junior. Yeah, I'm realizing, y'all. But like, because I love Lisa Ray, I'm not gonna be able to do it. Donna, I'm about to pack Jackie up Donna, but into a similar place. White man's approval. And bend over back with me while he's spitting in her face, and I know that he's setting up her and Junior to potentially die. I'm like, Donna, I'm almost finished. I'm sorry. So I just didn't want to be like, too late in starting this live. Donna, it's more about me. Like, I'm truly disappointed and disgusted by her because I expected better from her. The jeweler. Bernie is the jeweler. He's inconsequential, so I don't care. Oh, I do remember him. He was very much so looking casket sharp with no blush, so we had to do something about that. Brother Minister was way more important than Bernie and way more loyal. Bernie was trying to, I remember now, Bernie was trying to have Heat reproduced. Like, he was like, hell no, Bernie had to go. I literally have to run from this live to an event. Marcus, stop. I had to get ready beforehand. Stop it. Bernie was backstabbing like shit. Do we think that Donna came back for Junior when she was done with rehab and Chippy said no, or do we think that she never came back for him? I think that once
I'm present.
Like she was supposed to, when she was supposed
drop y'all's ratings. Everybody can hear me clearly and okay.
Was like 13. It's
Let me know if there's any issues. Let me see what's going on in this chat. Pop this out. Y'all ain't had no issues with the air conditioner yesterday, so I'm hoping that it's still not too loud with the air conditioner.
DeMarcus talking about what's the difference. Brother Minister is Brother Minister. Are you kidding me? Okay. Brother Minister took a seat at this.
Hey DeMarcus. Hey Kofi. Hey Nikki baby. Hey Angela. Hey Kimberly Felder. Hey Tanya. Hey Miss Ebony 12. Hey Aaliyah.
Brother Minister ain't on that.
EdXXD, welcome in, boo.
To, like, green light,
thank y'all. Thank you so much.
Brother so like no.
Wait, the family business is still playing?
No.
I'm confused.
But there's a difference. It's a difference in playing both sides and playing both sides but still leaning
y'all
towards
can hear
one.
The family business?
Brother Minister is playing both sides but still leaning towards LC's side. Bernie was playing both sides but was leaning towards annihilating LC. Like, if he would have gotten his replacement of heat and, like, his own manufacturing, he would have ended LC without a question, without a thought. So, yeah, no. Like Young Champ said, Brother Minister's a real one, for real. Virgo Queen says, I was confused when...
The Family Business Live was playing. My bad, y'all. My bad. The audio is overlapping. It should be clear now. Let me know if it's clear. Sorry about that. Okay. Everybody's good now. Cool. I didn't even realize I had that tab open. So I think I'm about to put Jackie in a jar and put her on the shelf. Yeah. I am, well, one, life is already lifing. Like, there's so much going on. And I am very much so annoyed. So I want to be clear with that. And I am irritable today. I am very irritable. And I started to, like, go in and reply to comments onto the Bel-Air episode 7 video, and I had to stop myself because what I had to say back, it was just not about to be nice at all. And part of it is tied to, like, me being annoyed with the pushback I'm getting about my criticism of Jackie, but then the other part is very much so, like, being exhausted, pushing myself, doing all of these things that just make you irritable, make you more anxious, make you annoyed just in their own right. Like, I'm 3 weeks into, like, a 4-week trip of traveling and, like, doing the best that I can, right? So I'm very aware of that, but I'm also aware that innately people's defense of Jackie pisses me off, and it pisses me off bad. I actually wrote EdXXD a comment back, and I had to delete it because I was like, Erica, this is EdXXD. Like, you can actually talk to them. They're not one of those. So I deleted it. I don't know if you saw it before. It wasn't like too bad, but it was very much so like, okay, so if this is what we finna do it. And that's when I'm like, okay, it's time to, like, get out of here, stop replying to comments, because there's so many people right now who are just like, Team Jackie, Team Jackie, Team Jackie. Oh, Jackie, oh, this is what you said, EdXXD, which sent me over, but it sent me over probably because I had just read like 5 or 7 other Team Jackie comments. But you ain't see nothing. I deleted it quick. Like, I wrote it and then I deleted it because I was like, I know edits. Like, no, we don't have to agree. That's perfectly fine. But they don't mean it in the way that, like, the other stuff that I've seen. I think you said Amira is who y'all think Jackie is. It was just like, this is what the comments, well, I don't remember exactly what the comments said, but my response basically said, first of all, who is y'all? And if you want to talk about me, then say it to me. I hate the whole, when people get in the comment section and be like, y'all, but they're not replying to another person's comment. Because I actually go out my way to check. Like on the back end, they don't actually show us. It just shows us all the comments that we haven't replied to naturally so that we can stay up on it. So like when I'm going through, I can't always see if this was a reply to somebody else or if this was just a comment placed on the video. But I go out my way. If I feel like somebody coming for me, I go out my way and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to the page and I'm going to see what this comment is. And if it's a comment to me, then say it. Say my name. Like, don't y'all me. Don't trivialize me. Because I feel like, and not that that's the people's intention, but I feel like I go out of my way to over communicate and over explain my points. So when people be like, y'all this and y'all that, like for the most part, people cannot lump Erica up into the y'alls of the YouTube community as it pertains to like criticism around television and commentary around television shows. I might agree with some of my mutuals, but for the most part, I have different reasonings. I have very specific articulations behind my point. And it's just like, don't play in my face like that. And that's why I had to delete the comment, because I'm like, edits would not be playing in my face like this. Like we DM like, this is not that. There are some people who is like that, but this is not that. So I went ahead and I deleted the comment because I was like, first of all, who is y'all? Say my name if you talking to me. Second, don't trivialize my take to like y'all think that Jackie is who Amira really is, when Jackie and Amira are two separate characters. Like, why can't there be two villains that have two very different like modes of manipulation and who have two different presences? Like the amount of comments that I have read today that says, oh, y'all mad at Jackie, or oh, the Jackie slander, meanwhile Amira is the real villain. They're both trifling. They're both manipulative. Amira just happens to be on drugs. What's Jackie's excuse? And I'm like finding myself on this other, and I hate that we're starting this off this way, but I'm gonna go ahead and clear it out because it really pissed me off. Like, I'm trying to respond to comments and I'm trying to like engage because I'm feeling bad. Like, I didn't get the videos that I wanted to get done today before I got getting on this live. And now once I get off this live, I got to go to an event and then I got to go on live with EJ later. So I'm not going to be able to get videos up until tomorrow. So I'm like, the least I could do is respond to comments. And every comment is, Jackie is not the problem, Amira is. That was never my point. And to watch... There's this one girl, and I don't know if I want to name her because I don't want her to feel picked on. But if you're watching, I saw your comment specifically, and I went as far as to go to your channel. And you are a beautiful young black girl, dark-skinned black girl with a tiny 4C fro. I went as far as to go to your channel to look, and the way that you are running amok in this damn video comments, fighting for Jackie, out of all of the points made in the video, out of all of the things to comment on, you going to bat for Jackie with no real actual points. So it gives you love her vibe and her aesthetic is my point. It is literally part of my point of how destructive and how dangerous a character like her is, because we are indoctrinated to believe these people to be right because they're pretty, to believe them to be powerful because they're pretty, to use your voice to advocate for this person who doesn't even, I look more like you than she does. But you are all up and through the comments like, well, technically their skin tones are the same, but no, this, and it's like, the amount of times I've replied on this video of like, because multiple people have said the thing about the skin tone. Okay, cool. First of all, I don't know if we're aware, but all of Bel-Air is shot as if everybody is darker than they are. Yes, these are beautiful dark skin casts, mostly dark skin casts, but it's shot in a way where the contrast is on high and everybody looks darker than they actually are. But I feel like the people who are making an argument about, well, Jackie is the same skin tone as Lisa, are being willfully obtuse because ethnically they are not the same. Lisa is monoracially black. Jackie is biracially, triracially, whatever, mixed black, which has been my point. And to watch the little 4C black girl running amok in my comments to defend this biracial girl when she is wielding her pretty privilege in black spaces is quite literally my issue with the Jackie character. So while being willfully obtuse, so many of y'all are also proving my goddamn point. We're talking about skin tone specifically because that came up in the comments. Like on my episode 7 breakdown video, there's a ton of comments and it's basically everybody is arguing for Jackie, like coming to Cape for Jackie. So I'm addressing all of the points that stood out to me. Featurism is a thing, Erica. You not crazy. I know I'm not crazy, but the way people are in the comments trying to make me feel like I'm crazy, this is why I'm saying, and I started this off of like, I'm about to have to pack Jackie up. And I'm about to have to pack Jackie up in a way of like, I'm going to speak on if she does something in the episode, and then that's it. Because what I'm not going to do is be baited into going back and forth with a bunch of people who maybe not intentionally, but ultimately create a space to disrespect my very real feelings about what this character represents and how this ties to my very real lived experience. It's one thing to like think that you are cool and you are a troll on the internet and you like to troll people, but when it starts to like hit home, then that's when like somebody needs to be able to draw the line, because I was about to take it to hell today in the comments and I don't want to do that. I'm very much so capable of doing it. I don't want to do it. So I'm about to put Jackie up on the shelf and it's just like very general. This is what she did, boop de boop. But I'm not, because I feel like unfortunately my audience, and it's not everybody, right? But the most vocal people in the audience are now shifting to a place where it's not safe for me to be honest about how I feel about this particular character, because your responses, while they could be your feelings and you could be Team Jackie, they are very dismissive of the real things that I'm saying. And in trivializing it down to what you believe is just a conversation of Team Jackie versus Team Lisa, when I think I have gone above and beyond to make the point of it's bigger than just pitting these two girls against each other for this boy. It's about how this girl moves and how girls like her move and how women like me have suffered at the hands of women like her. Now we're not even having the same conversation and I'm not even interested in it anymore, if that makes sense. Exactly, it's bait traps. It is. And I know that my entire audience or everybody that watches my videos are not always going to be people who have my best interests at heart. I get it. Like my videos are always constantly being pushed out to new people, but to also see additional people who I do see regularly jumping into the whole like team such and such, it's just not one of those. Jackie for me is not one of those that I can just push down my feelings about it and like let people disrespect my point of view, if that makes sense. And it's starting to get like, this is feeling a lot like the beginning of what was the beginning of the Olivia Baker criticism hate train, and like all that I was subjected to because I decided to criticize Olivia. That is what it's starting to feel like with Jackie, and she's not even a main character of this damn show. So I wanted to get that out there. I wanted to say that mostly just to be clear of like, I'm not playing games when it comes to my commentary around Jackie. I think that the character herself is dangerous. And yes, we're watching Amira right now be even more volatile, but I think that Jackie is just as dangerous. And if you cannot see that, if you cannot get that, then that's fine. But I'm not about to argue with you about it. DeMarcus, you are 100% within your right to say that Jackie is not a bad person. I disagree. Tanya says, I think people just like the bad girl, like they like the bad boys. I guess. Okay, let me go back to y'all's ratings. DeMarcus gave this a 10 out of 10 both episodes. These episodes were fire. Kofi gave both episodes a 10. Angela gives both episodes a 9. Oh no. You said DeMarcus gave episode 7 a 10, episode 8 a 9. Kimberly gave both episodes a 9. Money Green Tay Hey Boo gave an 8.5 for both episodes. Aaliyah says, let's pack this hoe up. Let's pack her up. Because I like, and it's also me acknowledging like where I'm at with it, right? Like I'm acknowledging that if I continue on and I like let stuff play out and it just go how it's going, now I'm going to hell with everybody. And I don't want to do that. Like, because I think while I've been very critical of Jackie, like I could say other things. Like I still think more. DeMarcus, oh my gosh, thank you for the super chat. Erica, how do you feel that Lisa was with Carlton and Will? That is a no-go for me. If Lisa wasn't with Carlton, Lisa would be cool for Will. I think we talked about this in season 1. Like, I think that they dated in middle school. And while it's not the best, right? It's not the most optimal situation to date your cousin's ex-girlfriend. I think that it happened very organically. I feel like neither Lisa or Will were malicious in their pursuit of one another and discarding Carlton's feelings. I think middle school is a lot different than high school. High school is a lot different than college. And like I said, on paper, ooh, I don't want to date my cousin such and such. But like when we first met Will, he didn't live in Bel-Air. He didn't know any of these people. When Carlton was first reintroduced to Will, because they maybe met when they were like babies or whatever, but when Will moves to Bel-Air, Carlton is wreaking havoc, and like you're not creating the space for it to be known who you dated, who you didn't. And Lisa was one of the first people to gravitate towards him, and she's also a very kind and beautiful girl, so I get how he felt for her, and he felt for her before he even knew about her being Carlton's ex. And I think that that's a part that people need to take into consideration. Like I was also seeing in the comment section of like, yeah, because people just ignoring the fact that Lisa dated Carlton first. It's like nobody's ignoring it. It happened, but then also she can like never move on with her life. Like they dated in middle school, and Carlton was emotionally unavailable. Like Carlton was a mess. A mess. It would be one thing if like Lisa was the love of his life and Carlton had communicated like, hey, please date anyone that you want at the school except for so-and-so, so-and-so, and such and such. But Carlton couldn't even do that because he was on this big ass vengeful vendetta. Like, I don't think that it's as big of a deal breaker as some people want it to be. And that's why people are responding like, oh, you're just ignoring the fact that they dated. It's like, I'm not ignoring it, but it happened and they're moving on. Like, this is now, what are we, 5 years out from their relationship? Okay. Neither one of them knew how they were connected to Carlton. Exactly. Neither one of them knew. So I think, I don't know. I think that we find ourselves in trouble in a trick bag in life when we grasp so heavily onto hard and fast rules and specifics with no nuance. Like, I think to say, oh, Will is dating his cousin's ex without actually adding in any of the context of how that came to be is deceitful. And it in the context actually matters. I know it's a long way to answer your question, but that's my thought. No, he didn't date her in 9th grade. He dated her in middle school, and they confirmed it. I remember talking about this in season 1 because this was one of the big things in season 1 that a lot of men struggle with as I was breaking down the show. They remained friends and really close friends, and maybe Carlton still like pined after her. When we met them, Carlton was still pining after her, but Lisa had already decided that they could not be together, and she was trying to show up for him as a friend because she knew that he was on drugs and she knew that he was doing all of these things and like has this anxiety. So ultimately, I'm also like, why would we penalize Lisa not only for being in this relationship that she probably learned very early on, wasn't going to work, but then also you wind up penalizing her for being a really good friend to the boy. Like, she has not done anything wrong by Carlton. This thing is giving off a weird little rainbow on my chin. She hasn't done anything wrong by Carlton. She's literally tried to keep his best interest at heart. And I think, I don't know, I also struggle with like how people, mostly men, but it's not just men, specifically try to like speak about women as property. And I'm not saying that you're doing that, DeMarcus, but the whole conversation around like, okay, she was Carlton's first, like basically trivializes Lisa down to property. And like Will can't have her because Carlton owns her. And it's like, that's not actually the case. All right. But let me go back and get the rest of y'all's ratings. I just wanted to get to his super chat. Jackie had no business going over there. That's what I thought. And I said that, and I guess it just sent everybody just spiraling. Because the comments on that video, I'm just like, wow. I've read Jackie down worse in my damn lives than I do on those breakdowns. So at this point, we're just destined to have a run-in. Amira and Jackie are not alike, but I'm Team Jackie either. If you're going to say it, then say it to my face. Exactly. Dan, why is Team Jackie catching strays? Because Team Jackie is doing too much. I think, me saying y'all was a generalized comments. XD. Okay. But see, y'all got to specify in the comments if you're talking to me or if you're talking to other people. Because I'll be reading them. Why was Zaire surprised that Lisa was with Carlton and Will? Because Zaire don't know them. Which brings me back to my point of like, Jackie should not have been there. She knew exactly what the hell she was doing. Everybody finished putting y'all ratings in? Jackie seems like the type that don't care about being a side chick and ready to steal a man. Okay. The Lawrence report said they really be keeping Jackie around to be a villain, I think. Probably. But it's annoying. Tanya, you give both episodes a 9. What's your favorite character in Bel-Air? It changes, honestly, depending on the episode. Like episode 5, I was like loving Viv down. Like I just love Viv so much. I go back and forth. Like I love Lisa very often. We're getting so much more Lisa this season, which I'm appreciative of. I really enjoy Lou this season. So it really just depends. Hey Michael, welcome in. It really just depends on when we're talking about. I know this might surprise y'all. But coming out of the last episode, my favorite character right now is actually Amira. And I know I'm going to have to explain that. The Discord is open. I'm about to let people in. Kimberly Felder says, I don't understand why she wanted to go unless she wanted to cause some ass. Period. But then people want to come for me in the comment section like I'm the problem and pointing out the fact that she's messy. She's trifling. I think Jackie really thinks that she's better suited for Will than Lisa is. And she could believe that all the hell she likes. Just do it from afar. The episode was good, but Will is starting to piss me off. Him going to that site and destroying stuff. Ugh, it's like William. Or Willard. What's his name? His real name is Willard. Carlton is your favorite character. Really, DeMarcus? He has his moments. This season, for sure, he has his moments. But baby, when I tell y'all I was on his head last season, I was on his head last season. All right. Let me pull y'all in here. Y'all, unfortunately, I have a hard stop at 6 o'clock because I'm going to have a very, not an angry black man, because I don't want to put that stereotype on him, but a very tall, forceful black man waiting outside like, bring your ass, Erica. So I cannot just be letting the live run over.
Hello.
Hey, Aaliyah. Hey, Kofi. Hey, Tanya.
What's up? I'm doing and tussling with my good sis. I feel like I'm out here windmilling for my life. Like we out here tussling.
Listen, I mean, part of it is me. Part of it is that I am definitely irritable today. But then the other part is like people are going way too hard for Jackie in my comments, and I'm trying to figure out how to navigate that.
I think I was pretty tame in my commentary, but I read some.
You were, Kofi. I don't even remember you mentioning Jackie. Honestly,
I may have said. Let me see. I have my comment on here. I said like, I think I said something to the extent of, she was there, but she really didn't do nothing, so to speak.
Oh yeah,
that's the yeah. It's like yeah. So that was the extent of my commentary. Like she's not the person I have the biggest beef with. Like I'm about to call some names out to the carpet because they're about to get this work from Kofi right here. I'm about to.
Well, wait, before you go, Kofi, I want to explain. I said Amira right now is my favorite character because I really appreciate what they're doing with the character. While she's diabolical, I think that the casting for her was perfect. I think that the young lady who is playing her is completely brilliant. And I believe every single moment, I believe every breath, like every time that she's on screen, she's captivating. You know that she's here to be chaotic, but she's doing it in a way that's just like, girl, okay,
totally
you might need an
like
Emmy.
The perfect storm. She's the perfect
storm. Yeah.
She is the perfect storm.
I mean, she may be your favorite character, but I mean, if it wasn't for what happened
in the moment, she's my favorite character in the moment, specifically for the acting.
But if it wasn't for what happened at the end of episode 8, man, I was gonna call her all types of you know whats, but I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna chill.
No, Kofi, stand on that. Stand on it.
Yeah, because I don't even know if I even believe like the date of what happened to her sister, because she told one thing and then didn't she say the night she was with Carlton that it happened that night? So I'm confused.
Yes, it happened the night when she was with Carlton, supposed to be at dinner. It happened the night that, you know, Lisa found the drugs, and it also happened the day of the pitch competition because Will had caught her. And I'm just like, even that, it's like, girl, I saw this, clocked this from the beginning, and I ain't gonna hold you, Kofi. Sometimes you be ringing in my ear, and I'll be like, oh, maybe I just need to be nicer, and maybe I need to assume the best. But then, like, this happened, I'm like, no, keep your foot on their neck. You knew that she was lying from the jump, and you said it.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
So that was discernment for nothing. You used it. Don't you be letting up. Use it.
Okay, so we starting with her.
Let's start with Amira.
Let's go in alphabetical order. Go ahead. Hey.
All right. I'm gonna go. I mean, she thought she was gonna eat with that games that she tried, but it didn't work the way it perceived. I mean, she just then coming for Will saying she's being wishy-washy. She's just inventing some sort of chaos that is unnecessary. Like Will ain't even trying to. I thought Will should have came harder, but he kept it cute and didn't go off. Because if it were me, oh man, I'd have been calling some names to the carpet. Real talk.
Okay, but like let's keep it a buck though. Like let's keep it a buck. Yes, her doing this little question game, y'all already knew it was gonna be messy because it came from rehab. Rehab is here to unearth the truth. So my thing about it is, it's like, yes, it created mess in the moment, but Amira isn't actually like creating chaos outside of her lying. She's only unearthing very real things, which makes her more dangerous to me because she is so perceptive. She can see through a lot, and the stuff that she's calling to the carpet is actually the truth.
Right. When she called out Will
is on the fence. He do be straddling.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but was he really? She made the comment he'd be straddling when it comes to Lisa and Jackie, right?
He does.
So
glad that Lisa said, like, I literally, I did it with Lisa. I mean, I did it with Jackie because I know that you need to be the good guy. She didn't owe that girl an apology. But she did that to smooth things over, to make it not a thing, even though she's put into a uncomfortable situation. Even with Jackie coming in with this boy, one, why she do it cool. She does this thing, and like maybe y'all don't be watching Jackie to see this, or maybe you're just watching her because of how pretty she is. But I see the whole and everything she do. Even how she turned around and was like, "Oh, I could go." It was a like, "I'm waiting for him to stop me" type of go. It was not a like, "Oh damn, I actually might have like stepped into something and interrupted." She was trying to prove or like create a moment to see that she's important too. And like Will, that is a perfect moment to be like, yeah, actually, we're going to actually make this a couple things. Sorry that Wyatt's got crossed, but you know, we'll see you around the country club. Lisa don't have to say nothing if that's the case, but he stood there looking stupid until Lisa said, you know what? Here we go.
Look,
right, and saying all that awkwardness. He was just so awkward in that moment.
I don't know if Zaire actually knew the dynamics between what was going on, so I can't.
But it's not about Zaire knowing. It's about Will knowing.
Oh yeah, that too. But like,
Zaire don't have to. Zaire didn't do anything wrong in this. I'm not saying that Zaire did anything wrong.
He didn't. He didn't know.
He didn't know. I mean, that's why.
But Will did not actually stand up for Lisa, and he told the line. Careful to not say too much in support of Jackie. Careful to not say too much in support of Lisa.
Didn't he just make it clear, like, yo, Jackie, we friends, then this my girl, though? So it's like...
That was performative as... And no,
and it was
no.
So we call him Will a liar now?
I didn't call him a liar. I said it was performative. Because even the way that he did it with caution to not hurt her feelings. The moment that she said, oh, I could go... If he was really about that, yeah, I'm gonna need you to.
Yeah, I think it's best you should go.
Oh God!
But he waited, let Lisa apologize, and then to like placate to Lisa actually lending the olive branch first. Oh, just so you know, me and Lisa are a thing now. Like, Will, stop.
Look. Everybody thought the moment she walked through that door, she was going to be the one to cause the chaos, but turns out
she did. She did. Coming through the door was chaotic.
Yeah, caused chaos.
Okay,
and she knew what she was doing.
Okay, fine, but after that,
I want to address this because there's people in the comments saying this. For people who are saying that Jackie was not trying to be messy or trying to be chaotic, why come to the house with Zaire? If you know that you come into the house with Zaire, why didn't Will get a text? Why didn't Will get a call? Hey, just so Zaire invited me to the house. Y'all having something? Or is it cool if I slide through?
I mean, maybe.
Because she's choosing violence.
Right. She knew what she was doing.
Well, did she? Okay, she was choosing violence, but in the moment when we saw her for like whatever amount of scene she was in, like, did she really, do anything? Like, well, okay, so what?
Yes, when a game come up, I like messy. We know.
Yeah, I like messy.
Even for the little things that she got to say, she was on brand the whole time.
Y'all know everybody was thinking it though. Like,
but she confirmed it for herself. Y'all want to sit up here and argue with Erica that Jackie is not messy. Meanwhile, Jackie's dialogue says, "I like messy." This is what I'm talking about.
Jackie had no business even entertaining that invite from Zaire. She knew where he was going. She knew Will was there. Even if she didn't know Lisa would be there, the point is she knew Will was there. So she was going to try to make another play for Will. That's all that was.
I don't even think.
Which is diabolical on a whole other level because Zaire invites you because maybe he's trying to get to know you and kick it with you. He don't even know y'all's history.
Right.
And you trying to go to get at Will and he's trying to get at you. Messy on multiple levels, and the way that y'all just bypassed it because the boobs is oiled up real nice and her little 3B curly hair is just blowing in the wind is beyond me.
Oh yeah. Okay, can I make a disclaimer here? Side note to the actress who plays her, Jaslyn Martin. I just saw an interview she did with Angela Yee's podcast. Like, she's dope. Like, she's about to drop some. This is no shade to you, so I just want to make sure, like, when I say
no,
this,
no.
I'm about to.
No.
Okay, fine. All right.
We're definitely not going to turn around and try to use my platform to big up and like support the lady who playing
no.
Oh, you do not need to make that disclaimer.
I'm about to draw some criticism. Like, there's some that I did think maybe, well, okay, maybe she should have read the signs. Like, I was just gonna say,
then
like,
just
maybe
say it,
she.
Kofi. Just say it or
Alright,
don't say it.
okay, fine. I'm saying, like, she probably. I don't know if she read the room. Because if she had read the room in that moment, maybe she could have gone and just said, you know what, let me remove myself from the situation because I'm not trying to get called out my name again. So let me like just slide out and you know, if Zaire want to come with me or we can kick it somewhere else, then that can be done. Like that's probably the
So
only thing that I got on this.
when do you guys, and by you guys I mean anybody who was also thinking the same thing that Kofi just said just now, when do you realize that Jackie actually can read the room and that all of the things that are happening are not by happy stance and or serendipity that just are befolding on her, but like a part of her active decision making?
I felt like Jackie stood there and didn't say anything because she wanted to see what Will was going to say.
She put him in a position because she wanted to. She read the room. You're saying that you wish that she would have read the room. She did. And that's why she stayed. And that's why she chose when to speak and when not to speak. Everything about what Jackie does is conscious. Except for the one scene that we saw her drunk. That's the only time that she wasn't making active decisions. She is choosing to make people uncomfortable. She is choosing to assert her presence in certain places. She is choosing to position Will to fight for her or fight for his hood or like show her his loyalty every chance that she gets. It's a choice.
You didn't choose her in exactly that moment. Like you know what, this is not even the main thing I had with this episode. Like the drugs, the gaslighting of Lisa, the gaslighting of Will to a certain extent. I mean, I just had an issue with Amira. Like, Jackie's the least of my concern, to be quite honest with you. Like, she there, but she ain't caused the chaos that y'all thought she caused. Like, if we gonna keep it real, like, I mean, if I had to rate
so
it,
I need people moving forward as y'all speak about the Jackie character. I need you to speak about how you feel, because dismissing my very real criticism is going to piss me off.
I'm not.
She is chaotic. Just because you don't think she is does not mean that she's not chaotic.
I just didn't see.
She came to cause chaos.
Okay, but did she ultimately cause chaos? And if we keeping it,
yes, she did.
Okay,
and I literally just I gave you all these examples and you just repeated your talking point. And it's like, say your opinion, say that you don't see it, say that you don't agree, or just don't speak on it if it's not that big of a deal. But enough for me as it pertains to the Jackie character. I started this live off with that because I really mean it.
All right, and I feel you. Like, I know it can be, frustrating because you how do I say, you clearly articulated your point of view and people are willfully ignoring that. And I don't want to come across as like I'm doing that too. Like, I get it, but like this wasn't like my main beef with the episode. Like it was messy and shit, but like that's not the issue I had with this episode. Like if I'm speaking for myself. I mean, so
most of y'all want to tack on the discomfort in episode 7 onto Amira, but it is not just Amira, because I promise you that the Amira questions go over a lot easier if Jackie isn't there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And like someone said in the comments, Jackie is gonna always come after Will. You can see that.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, was it Amir that asked them if Will and Jackie hooked up? That was her question, right?
That was a question that Carlton pulled and asked who did he lose his virginity to?
Yeah, and he said it was Lisa. He lost his virginity to Lisa. Said that. So when did the comment about if Jackie and Will had something come up? Like, who asked that question?
Jackie and Will.
Zaire.
Oh,
he asked, am I the only one in the hot tub who hasn't hooked up with somebody in the hot tub?
Yeah, he should.
He's Zaire,
He's
man,
the only one that hadn't hooked up with anybody.
Bro, why, man? Damn. Why you trying to put my boy's business out there, bro? Damn.
Well,
he didn't even know that he didn't know any of it. So like at this point, I'm just like, we all just, I guess, going to just take it however y'all take it. Because Zaire literally did nothing wrong. And the backflips to try to scapegoat anybody else being responsible is interesting.
I'm not blaming him. It's just...
he asked a very generic question that most people would ask as like, in the situation that they was in, like, oh dang, I didn't know that you slept with so-and-so. Damn, I'm the only one who went, like... He didn't actually think that he was going to wind up getting a second confirmation to somebody else.
Yeah. I figured Will had to...
The whole thing was just messy, and they should have never decided to play the game.
I wish Will, before any of this, once he locked in with Lisa, should have just been honest about his, like, okay, this is what happened when we weren't together, so that she wouldn't have had to find out that way. That's kind of my discomfort with all this. Like, I hate it that it came out this way. If I'm gonna be honest, I would have.
Well, DeMarcus said Amira was the one that asked if Will and Jackie smashed.
Oh, okay, that's maybe she was just trying to.
No, that's not how it happened.
I think Zaire said, "Am I the only one in the hot tub that hadn't hooked up with anybody?" And then Amira was like,
and then they both were sitting there looking stupid. And Amira confirmed it, but they gave themselves away from what Zaire said.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, I wish she would have had that conversation with Lisa.
Yeah, Will should have told Lisa when they got together.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
argue this. Will could have told her, but it seems like they didn't ask, because when it came out about Lisa took Carlton's virginity, Will was like, well, I didn't ask and I don't want to know, yada yada yada. That part was kind of confusing for me, because I thought that we got a whole like losing the virginity scene from Lisa and Will in season 1, but I would have to go back and rewatch season 1, and I haven't done that in years. So that part didn't make sense to me. But for me, it seems like Will and Lisa have not asked about past, and honestly, that is not, like, I feel like that's an issue for the audience more than it's an issue for Will and Lisa. Like, it's uncomfortable to hear in the moment, but I don't think that either one of them are actually pissed about, oh, you slept with this person, or oh, you slept with that person. If anything, I'm standing on Will should not be in community and in conversation with Jackie and Lisa at the same point. Because your past is your past. Who you slept with is who you slept with. Now I'm sharing a hot tub with this girl. Now we're going too far.
Right.
Yeah, but...
Speaking of hot tubs, can we move on to the adult hot tub situation?
Oh my lord!
Yes.
Oh my lord! Oh my lord! Oh my lord! Oh my lord! How many of my lords did I just? Oh god!
I just thank God. I thank God that they abandoned the storyline as quickly as they picked it up. Because when I tell y'all I was going to be checked out.
Look, can I shout out "See Murder" down for my hitters dropping in this episode?
Yes, I love the line dance.
That's what you put in the comments, Kofi. You said something like, I was about to get up and step with the bros. I said, Lord, Kofi.
Right.
Oh my, because that's my joy, right? I'm telling you. I listen to that 24/7 all the time. Like when I'm getting...
Stop, really?
Yes, I love that song too. I love it.
Time to me get hype, or I'm working out, like I gotta go 1000%. It's DMX and then the C Murder. Real talk. So when when I heard the trumpets, I'm like, oh yeah, that's my joy. So that cackled me. That was probably my favorite scene in the episode, to be quite honest.
But I'm so glad that they let us know that they didn't go through with they didn't go all the way through with anything. It was just enough for me that they went in the hot tub and switched partners. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I'm like, Vivian, what are we doing? This is some stuff that your husband would do, but this is not some stuff that you would do. Kimberly Felder says, I didn't really think that they would have gone as far as they did in Mexico. Me either. I'm sitting there watching like...
They're trying to get their spark back, I guess.
All that stuff that she had for, what was her name? Erica?
Yes.
I'm like,
if you're just about to start trading partners, then why... What are we talking about here? What are we really talking about? And I said that in my breakdown, right? Like I said, to me, the sex was never the problem. The sex has become a sacrifice based off of all the lifing stuff that's happening. Like, it didn't seem like y'all are struggling in the sexual department. So to be trying to rekindle this in the sexual department with y'all's friends, it just gave weird. It gave so weird.
That was really weird. I'm like, if you want to try this, you trying this with friends?
Nah.
On top of that, I'm like, okay, so if y'all going to open it up, why are we doing it with people that you know?
Exactly.
Some strangers now, like, god damn. I mean, and Phil co-signing this, I was like, yeah, go ahead.
Phil was
getting
ready.
excited. I'm like, and y'all know Phillip is on a bear, like,
was ready.
Phillip is like already on thin ice with me, and I'm just like, don't get too excited with freaking Carrie Milgram. R says I laugh every time I imagine old Uncle Phil dealing with new Uncle Phil problems. Child, I could never, like, oh, Uncle Phil, thank God that you never had to see such, because they got this man doing all types of stuff.
Man, I really would have wished if James Avery
out.
I would love to see if James Avery was still with us, what he'd do in this episode, like in this series, like even if he comes in for a few episodes, like it would have been so dope. But alas, we don't have it. But man, that whole Mexico trip, they was just trying to get match they freak, I guess. But that was never the problem. Like, y'all.
At least that's what I thought. I could be wrong in that regard. I didn't think that Phillip and Vivian had sexual issues.
No. It was just communication and telling the truth.
I think Viv had kind of felt a little fed up with him and Erica, and the whole thing about now this girl is here, now he's working with this girl, and I think just some old feelings just came back up with her. And so when you're feeling like that, you're really not attracted. Sometimes you don't get attracted to your husband and want to feel those things with him.
Yeah, but that didn't. I don't know what. That was never y'all's problem, so it was kind of weird seeing it play out the way it did, to be quite honest. So
Micah said Phil looked way more comfortable with it, though. Of course he did, because he the one also getting kissed in the office.
But hey, they didn't go through with it, so I'm glad this story.
They got dad going close. They went into the room. They said some touching happened. I'm just like,
I'm just glad this thing is supposedly dead. So it's like,
do you think this is the last we see of them, though? Do you think that the freaky couple comes back?
I think we're gonna see Tiana again. I think that Tiana is gonna try to sleep with Phillip.
Now, I hope they're not getting ready to get into it with the in-laws.
Listen,
yo, oh my Lord, no.
Because while I'm happy that they never showed us exactly what they had going on, like when Viv went over there to the other guy in the hot tub, like it panned to another scene. And then when they went into the hotel room, we got another scene. So we don't know what all happened. But I feel like it's enough that lady, she wants Phil. And she's trying to
she want him. I know she want him. And part of it, like 20% of it is also the Carrie Milgram in her. You carried that over. You ain't gonna tell me you didn't.
Child. I said, now why they gotta typecast this lady? Every role she gotta be the freak. Every role she gotta be the freak, huh?
Bel-Air don't miss when it comes to casting their female actresses, because my Lord, like, all types of fine up in there. Like, y'all get an A from me, so I'm cool with it.
All types of fine, no matter how chaotic and messy and trifling and secretive. Just every type of woman.
Fine.
Right, literally.
Who y'all
the same thing that Tyler Perry do with men.
Who fine?
He talking about all of the women in Bel-Air that get cast in Bel-Air.
Oh, yeah. Facts. I mean, it's kind of like how like Reasonable Doubt. They always have to cast like a very hot male man. You know what I'm saying?
Lord, and no Reasonable Doubt spoilers. I haven't watched the latest episodes, y'all. But yes, Lord, because they started out.
My bad.
You found you didn't say anything, but they started out with Michael Ealy. Y'all already know. Y'all already know Michael Ealy on this channel.
The green-eyed bandit.
Well, he's a terrorist everywhere he go, but I don't mind.
I don't mind. I don't mind at all.
Yeah, I can't forget him.
Oh, damn it, E. Now I think I might almost understand why the men is so team Jackie, because I don't mind you being a complete and utter menace as long as I get to look at you. God damn it.
But it's different though, because the prejudice is reversed for them. So, you know, the little light skin yos, they get the short end of the stick because they get seen as soft. They get seen as like they ain't finna do nothing. It's the darker skin black guys who get cast as like, yeah, y'all with it. So it's different.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, we still ain't letting up off of Jackie's ass.
To
Episode
Ashley,
8.
I saw somebody mention Ashley and say Ashley had me cussing at the TV and had me cussing at the TV too.
Oh my!
Why?
Yeah.
She's just a little teenager.
Like, girl,
a teenager. I can't even falter for that. Now I'm confused.
Oh
where
no,
they're
I
going.
can't falter for that.
So is she bisexual or is she gay or what's going on? Like,
I think she really
I think
doing
she
both
about to
parties.
find out.
They're
she about to find
too,
out
because at first she was saying she liked girls, but I think it surprised her that the boy told her that he liked her.
Yeah,
so
that he
maybe
liked
she's
her.
kind of feeling what her feelings might be, because she's still young, so she's still, you know, going through this phase of she don't really know what she wants. She's trying to still find herself. So it could be that she might like both.
Shoot, even Uncle Phil was like, "Listen, I thought she liked girls. Like, who she like now?
Right.
Like what's on
Right.
team?
So that
Like, who
remember
she
we
with?"
talked about that, E? Yeah, that was the confirmation for me, because I didn't think that the adults knew that she was questioning queer, whatever.
Oh, they knew.
Y'all, I
They
think
knew.
that we gotta put ourselves in Ashley's shoes. Like, I don't want to put the narrative off on her of like she's lost or she's trying to figure it out, because I don't think that that's necessarily what's happening. I think that Ashley is one of the characters that is the most sure and the most steadfast about where she's at in life. I think that she just happens to be at the point in life where you start to figure out what you like based off of what gets exposed to you. And it's not just what you are naturally attracted to, but what comes and says that they're attracted to you. And at that age, like, you know, 13, 14, 15, 16, you might not have initially been attracted to something, but then when the little boy walk up to you and like, oh yeah, I like you, and it's just like, oh well, do I like you too? You're cool to hang out with. It's not that she's like lost or like she can't figure it out. It's just the natural progression in this at this particular time, and she just happens to be open to both genders.
Can I ask the ladies a question right quick? And I know we do this as men, unfortunately, but how did y'all feel when when Uncle Phil basically policed her body? He was like, "Yo, that skirt kind of short, ain't it?" And she went to go put on like a hoodie. It's like, "Yo, you satisfied now?" Like, how did y'all feel about that?
I would have said the same
As a
thing,
parent, go
because
change your goddamn clothes. As a young woman, yeah, because I'm a
change your
mother and I
clothes.
have a
That skirt is
16-year-old.
too short.
Yeah, I have a 16-year-old, so I'm constantly policing bodies. Hey, Madison, who you think you playing with? Where you going with that? Yeah,
And I wouldn't have had no
judge,
back talk
jury,
from her.
executioner. I'm all of the things.
I got you.
I'm all of it.
I think that I don't. Hold on one second, Kofi. Let me speak on it. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I struggle with navigating a lot of these things because some of it resonates very deeply with my lived experience on probably with everybody's lived experience as we were growing up, and getting that same, you know, if you had the privilege of having your father around or older male figures around to speak to that. I struggle with like understanding the intention and the sentiment that comes with it, but then also wanting to live a more progressive life now and wanting women to have more autonomy and wanting to live in a world where girls can wear whatever, and it's not like, don't wear such and such around Uncle so-and-so, and you know, and all of that. So I was kind of conflicted because while I understood why Phillip was doing it, I understood why Ashley was pushing back. And for her to be in the circumstance that she's in, living in Bel-Air, going to the Bel-Air Country Club, like, Phillip beefing for real. Because Vivian is also chaperoning them. Like, why can't she wear this damn skirt?
It's because the skirt was too short. I don't think it was the skirt so much, because she's fine wearing a skirt. But I'm just saying the shortness of the skirt.
My thing is like she's going.
It was almost at booty cheek level.
Yeah,
and see, I am an athlete who like is used to like, I was wearing volleyball uniforms, which are basically spandex, like spandex
Right,
everything.
but you're going to play a sport though, so I think that's different when, you know, you have your little girl going to hang out with this boy, whether you think she liked girls or not, she's still with a boy and she's wearing this little bitty itty bitty skirt.
Right.
I think that's what the issue was.
So then why did we buy it for her if she can't wear it?
Well, I don't even know if they bought it because
that's what
kids,
she said. That's what he said to Viv. You bought this?
Yeah, did you buy it? So I would say this: while as a woman, I would like to walk around with not a presumed fear, of like it's dark outside, I gotta hurry up to my car, or I can't wear this because of that. Yes, I would like to do that in a perfect world.
Right.
But I have to maneuver for the world that I'm in. I don't live in the perfect world. So I have to show up with what's going on outside. It's niggas out here that's
right.
Creep,
but I would argue that the Bankses live in a more perfect world than you do. They have a certain luxury. Like to NXXD point, absolutely. they were going to the pool at the country club. Like,
well, yeah. So this is where Phil is coming from. Phil was just being a dad because to the point,
right? But y'all saying like the skirt was too short. She's going to wear a bathing suit, like probably a bikini at the pool. Like it wasn't like, oh, she going down to Crenshaw with the little nigga. Like it's she's going to the Bel-Air Country Club to the pool with her mama chaperoning.
What you're saying, but put on appropriate clothes until you get to the pool, and then
I don't think that the hoodie and those leggings were appropriate clothes.
Well, it was.
No, that was actually trying to be smart.
Yeah, she
was
trying
trying
no,
but
Phillip co-signed that.
Goddamn heat stroke. Then,
but Phillip co-signed that though.
Yeah, you look beautiful. Y'all, you look immaculate. Beautiful gown.
Yeah.
Since you want to be smart now, go have a goddamn heat stroke, and I bet you I don't throw no water on you. Because now you playing. And she lucky that she ain't have the black mama who ain't snatch her by the back of her neck. Like, who you playing with? Because now you're doing too much. That was you trying to get smart without using your words to be smart. Coming down here in this goddamn baggy hoodie and them pants.
Phil said,
don't play with me.
Phil said,
right.
When did she get so mouthy? When she get so mouthy?
Right.
I'm wondering.
No, I understand. Like, I understand what you were saying, Aaliyah, about the world that we live in. That's why I started my statement off with like, I struggle with navigating, knowing the very real intentions behind the rhetoric that is that, but then also wanting to advocate for women and young girls to be. So for me, I'm not asking you to change if I'm going with you. I'm not asking you to change. Like, if given the circumstance that they are actually in, I thought that Phillip was doing entirely too much. And I say that also because I feel like he wouldn't have done that to Hilary at the same age. I feel like Ashley has a certain stigma of like innocence.
What's her name? Vivian mentioned it. Like, remember you went through the same thing.
Yeah, she said we went through the same thing with Hilary.
Well, I mean, like in general, but I'm saying like, well, my point was, I feel like Ashley has a certain presumed innocence that now her outspokenness is pushing against. So it's not even just about the clothing, but it's about her not living up to who they thought she was based off of who she had been.
Yeah, that's a
point. I can see that, but
all parents go through it, especially with their little girls.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm aware of that, y'all. I'm aware of that. I'm saying specifically about Hilary being a very outspoken, mouthy, sassy girl, period, and Ashley not being that, but now seeming growing to that. That's what it feels like he's alluding to. So it's also a part of it. Like, it could be a very real thing of like, she's a teenage girl, he's a dad, he's naturally going to be overprotective, cool. But I do think a small part of it is she's no longer living up to the expectations that he has on her. And part of the thing with parents, regardless, is releasing who you expect your kids to be and leaving room for them to be who they are.
That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah. And I think it's just a part of him now seeing her grow up real time in his face, and he just wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
I will offer this. I don't even think that Phillip really knows Ashley, right? Like, and that's where what you're speaking to, where the level of uncomfortability is coming from. More so, like, yeah, it's a natural, like, knee-jerk reaction as a father. Like, that's too little, change that, it's always the bias between girls and boys, and it's the boys can do this, the girls can't. That's always there,
right? It's
but
always
the
like that.
Banks family,
I couldn't wear lip gloss until I was 16.
I couldn't watch music videos. My mother broke her neck. Almost broke her neck running down the steps one day when she heard some music playing on the TV back when they had like the box and stuff. She was just like, "No, you don't get to watch them hoochies."
See, so to that, I think that Ashley has relatively been ignored because she don't have nothing going on. Air quotes, like as much as Carlton, as much as Hilary. So she's been the ignored child and the slept on child. That's why I can't wait till her little notebook get, out there and they realize what her real thoughts are when she really let them have it. And they're going to realize that, like Carlton, they don't know her either.
Yeah. I'm not.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh boy.
Honestly, to go back to your original question, Lawrence, it's a case by case thing. Again, I understand what Phillip was trying to do, but to your point of Leah, of him not actually knowing her, yes, the world is the world, but y'all are going to the Bel-Air Country Club. Y'all have Geoffrey as securities watching everything. Like, you actually get a little bit more leeway to like allow people to experience and express however. And I feel like he could have in that moment led into that versus going into overprotective daddy mode. Because also, I don't believe that Ashley is a young girl that is trying to bust it wide open. She didn't wear the little short skirt because she just is fast. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's
the
manifestation of their guilt.
Statement.
Yeah, maybe it's a manifestation
that is definitely
of their
tied
guilt
to it.
of not seeing, what was going on with Carlton. So now everybody is catching it. Like, I'm looking at everything with a fine-tooth comb and under a magnifying glass because this nigga said he done been in the house doing coke for 3 years and we ain't had no clue. So nope.
Right.
Yeah.
And old boy don't even give me, he trying to slide in or nothing. I mean, I think he generally likes her. Like, now I need to know more about him, but he seemed cool,
I wasn't too sure after with that little hand around the little arm to take the selfie. I was just like,
okay, maybe that's
what's happening here.
Like,
and then he said it, so it's like, okay, cool, we got the confirmation because he said it. But I'm like, sir, why are you wrapping your arms around her?
Yeah, not even going too deep. Just like we can clock women stuff, and we know men can clock men stuff. So to us, it's always harmless. Oh no, that nigga, he wants you. Nope, back up. You sit on the love seat. You sit on the ottoman. No.
I mean, he didn't seem too pressed. Like, he was cool with it. He's like, nah, it's cool. I mean, maybe he recognized.
What else he gonna say? Her mother telling him to move.
Exactly.
What, he gonna push back and say, no, I'm staying in this lawn chair with her?
Nah.
Well, part of it, I'm struggling with feeling like he don't look Ashley's age, so I'm struggling with that. And then I do feel like the way that he revealed his feelings felt a little bit disingenuous. Like, I feel like he was professing cool, but like to lead with like, you have a boyfriend, this whole setup, and then to just like lay this on this girl in this way, that part is making me not trust him even more. So yeah, I'm not necessarily pro this little boy at all, but I am pro Ashley expressing herself.
Like they're trying to force something.
Oh yeah,
Eli.
Yeah, I love Ashley.
We go on my Wangwan, my brother Geoffrey.
Oh man, how about that sexy Geoffrey in that club?
Enjoy Geoffrey. I just
come on, the sexy Geoffrey.
Yes. Go ahead.
Rolling them hips.
Good, bro. When they played Bad Things by Sir Nancy, I'm like, oh snap! Not y'all playing the reggae, the Jamaican house music now. Like, okay, I see y'all.
Yes.
Oh,
like, what go on, Geoffrey?
Yes, do it.
Yeah. I mean, that was cool. Now I don't know about his old girl. Like, can I trust her? I don't know, but seems to me Geoffrey want that old thing back. Know what I'm saying?
Yep. Seemed like she wanted back too.
Yeah. She definitely was pushing that thing up on him. I said, all right.
I definitely can appreciate how they have given Geoffrey more storylines this season versus previous storylines where he was just this mystery butler. Like, we got 2 storylines with him this season, basically dealing with his son and his ex-wife. So I'm happy to see that right there. More character
and
development.
Dealing with his past, being in the game.
Yeah. Right.
And being with the gang, yeah.
But you know
I
what?
don't
This
trust her,
new
y'all. So
Jeffrey
I
isn't
want y'all to
even the
have y'all
butler.
moment of seeing Geoffrey this way, but I don't trust her. So I just.
Oh no, we're just enjoying it. Jeffrey might get a little something. That's all. He deserves it. That's it.
Yeah.
They got Jeffrey be working
Now
hard.
he deserves
So he
it.
deserves
Oh
That's
Lord.
all it is.
Jeffrey
He just deserves to get a
this
little
right
something.
here.
That's it. You know.
Yeah,
So that's
Y'all
like, go
see,
ahead, Jeffrey.
I'm of the camp of sex is a very powerful tool. So while you can deserve to go ahead and bust your nut, you got to be careful with who you do it with. There are black widows out there, Amira. Like, I'm not really sure I want Geoffrey to sleep with her because then it's gonna be a wrap.
She may be an agent herself. We don't know. She may have she may be some type of agent.
Who you
I don't know.
It'll be a nice little storyline coming up.
But
I have to say, it was some of the best chemistry I've seen on the show between the two of them. Those scenes, I liked it.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I loved how when she bumped into the old boy who was about to pop off in the mummy, he's like, "We got a brethren." And then
brethren.
Jeffrey want to handle business.
And then when he decided
As a Jamaican, they are butchering patois. Butchering it.
word. Damn.
So butchering the patois.
Patois.
I know the feeling because as a West Philly girl, every time I hear it, it makes my skin crawl when they say John. And I be like, oh God, we don't even say that here.
What, Philly John?
But people from Philly don't talk like that. Like, it's synonymous with us, but in my everyday life, I don't use John to describe or call everything. No.
Gotcha.
It's highly overused when people write about it and it's in a movie or a TV show. That's 100% not accurate at all.
I mean, this isn't the hill I want to die on at all. So, like, take it with a complete grain of salt. But I would argue that, like, Geoffrey isn't Jamaican. He's British with Jamaican ancestry, which enters in a certain shift in how the dialect changes. Like, my dad is very Caribbean, but people were like, "Oh, are you from Jamaica?" No, he's from St. Thomas. His parents are from Tortola and from the Dominican Republic. It's differences in it. So, like, I've heard people say, like, "Oh, they're messing up the Jamaican accent," and I was just like, I'm trying to figure out who is Jamaican because I
think Geoffrey is more British than Jamaican.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was confused as to like why they use I didn't know British people use the Jamaican accent. I didn't know that.
Well, a lot of them have ancestry in the Caribbean, in Africa.
Islands and stuff going over to Britain.
So you have some who speaking with you have people who are British and they have African descent, so they are speaking with their mother tongue as well, but it's like influenced by living in Britain. And then they have people who come from various islands in the Caribbean, and then that is influenced by Britain. So I don't know if they're trying to nail specifically a British accent. I mean, a Jamaican accent. I think it's just to know the complexities with British people.
Yeah, the
hey, Naya, welcome in,
is
boo.
so vast.
Very. Very.
And honestly, I think also, like, going back to Geoffrey, like, he was supposed to stay and monitor Will and Carlton, but Carlton, I guess, was he the one that invited Penelope to the crib, or did she just come on her own? I don't know how that went, but he was trying to
Penelope is Geoffrey's girlfriend.
Jeffrey.
Ain't she the mother of Frederick?
She's the mother of Geoffrey's child.
Yeah.
Right. So why would Carlton invite her to the crib? I'm confused.
Yeah.
No, Geoffrey brought her with him.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, see, that's where I kind of think I may have misspoke, but I'm surprised Geoffrey was like...
He was trying to help Carlton out. She figured out what he was trying to do and, like, went along with, like, oh, yeah, I want Jamaican patties, whatever. I want to see it, because she saw that he was trying to get them out.
He got to 11:30, and he was looking out, so it was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But, hey, I mean, I don't know if we're going to see more of her, but if she sticks around, maybe we'll know what her intentions are, so we'll see. And
I don't think that was the last that we see of her.
I don't either.
I just don't feel like we have gotten to what her true intentions are yet. Her or the son. And like we said, I'm reserving calling them ragged.
Hello.
I don't know.
I thought you said we were reserving the apology. I was saying that hello to the reserve the apology. He ain't getting that apology until I see his ass enroll in school, get a job, do something.
It's reserved. But it's
why
real
are they being so
like,
sneaky with her being there?
Maybe
and where's he at now? Hitting the liquor store?
Speaking of hitting the liquor store, Will and them going to destroy that the building that set everything on fire was just, why was Will that dumb? It's okay.
I knew that Will was with them.
Don't be dumb.
I knew that Will was with them, but I just was hoping that he wasn't with them. I was just like, Willard.
He was trying to you want to be where the hood at. He was trying to prove that he was hood. Like, what? And I have to say this. You're here, Azahir Ahmed, aka Jazz, my Muslim brother. You're going to need a lawyer because you're about to get locked up.
And why did he pull his mask off?
Why did you take your mask off?
Like, you don't think that place has security around there?
I was like, Jazz, you cannot be this stupid.
I'm a Jazz rider. Like, I ride Jazz, every day.
Like, damn.
I'm for Jazz. But
like, did you really just pull your mask down?
Jazz this season has taken such a dive down into just like, I don't know what he's doing or what he's thinking, but it's just been bad. It's just been a bunch of stupid decisions. And Will, I just like, I mean, eventually you got to stop being impulsive. Like everything, it doesn't have to be right here, right now. I got to act and do this. Like it was so stupid what he did.
Okay, real quick, y'all. Real quick. I want to like pop
in. Whether you set the
fire
or not, you still came and broke into place. You smashed stuff. You broke glass. All that kind of stuff. It was still dumb.
I want to. Hey, Naya, welcome in, boo. And I think also we got Kenny up in here as well. I want to really quick, y'all, keep it contained because remember I got a hard out at 6:00. Keep it contained, but I do want to specifically speak to Will's impulsiveness because you mentioned how you got to stop being impulsive at some point, but like what is some of the motivation behind it, because we see this as a reactionary measure very often. In the most recent episode, it's a reactionary measure to like Amira calling him out about straddling the fence. But can we also speak to, as often as Jackie specifically points out his lack of showing up for the hood, or when he her kudos to when he is associating with the hood, those also become things that weigh on him, that push him to make these impulsive ass decisions.
I mean, one of the things is because Will's forever going to be caught up in between two worlds. It's the Philly for the people street hood world versus the Bel-Air upper class black elite, right? Like, and Carlton pretty much even pointed out, like, yo, pick a side, my dude. Pick a side. Carlton said, listen, I'm going to ride with my dad. I'm not changing over. It's not my fault that Jazz can pay his taxes, right? So that's why it feels like, yo, I'm Will's like, yo, I'm about to be down for the cause, and I'm riding with Jazz and the homies.
Right, but I want to speak specifically to what I just said.
Point. What you said, okay.
Oh, my bad.
So
I got... Oh, go ahead.
I don't think that we've taken any consideration, or maybe people have thought about this and just haven't spoken to it. Will is a 17-year-old boy. So how emotionally intelligent are we expecting for him to be at 17? Not to say that he's ignorant to all of the things, but I feel like a lot of the criticism that comes at Will and his decision making, that is not factored into it, that these are still high school kids. And when you were in high school, what was your emotional level of intelligence to navigate through all of this? And were you faced with these kind of choices at that age? Because now that we're on the other side of it, we see a different vantage point. And that's not me shooting him any bell at all. It's just,
no, it's not giving him no passes because he still has to eat the consequences of his actions. But like that to me is me pointing out another one of the very real things as it pertains, because it's like at this moment, right, I'm responding to, it's Amira that's the problem, but Amira is piggybacking off of the same thing that Jackie was also weaponizing against this boy. And while it is his decision, that leveraging you ain't down for us is destructive. And it is so destructive that it pushes him to make impulsive decisions to try to prove himself, which makes that ultimately a very manipulative action. So while y'all are trying to comfort my head about how I need to stop the Jackie slander, her behavior, her words, all of it has very real consequences, and it continue to manifest.
Exactly. Do you think she has a part in why he's deciding to be this impulsive and going down for the hood, saying all that? Like, is that could that be a possibility? Maybe to prove her
I think
wrong?
it was a little influence.
I think it's his like it is, but
he's just young and impulsive.
He's a young,
and I think he has like hood guilt, what I call hood guilt. Like how
he 100% has survivor's remorse.
He has that hood guilt because he's in Bel-Air, so he feels like.
But y'all need to, well, not y'all specifically, but I want people who are listening to me criticize this show. When I specifically speak to Jackie, I want y'all to like understand that part too, and like don't trivialize the critique of like, and like ignore the fact that her deciding to weaponize this is an action of manipulation, and it is an aggressive act.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
she knows what she's doing.
He already feels it. The fact that he says that she says it every single time she makes a note of his hood or Philly or because you want to like, even while they were sitting at the pool, while they were sitting at the pool and he was talking about how he was struggling with like going back and forth and like feeling like there's two sides and seeing both of those sides, you could see her off to the side like nodding at the point of him not seeing the side of the hood. And like all of that weighs on you, especially like to your point, Aaliyah, that weighs on you when you're young and you don't really know which way to go, which way to turn. You're trying to be real. You trying to be hard. You trying to be who you believe yourself to be. Yep. So then you make certain decisions influenced by the other people who are spouting certain things at you.
You go. And again, to like we're building on, a lot of us, we don't even reach the level of success to have to deal with survivor's guilt or being the first one to go to college and get the career or any of that until we're adults. He was thrust into this, like when we look at it, it was a traumatic experience that took him from his home and dropped him somewhere where he was a stranger, trying to figure out how do I survive in this. He's 16. Because remember, he turned 17.
The place that he was dropped in rejected him immediately as well.
Yes.
I think a lot
everything
of this
about you is wrong. Like everything about the way that you show up is wrong. Again, how are we expecting a 16-year-old to process that? And once they do process it, whether it be right or wrong, however we view it, what does it look like now when they do process it and they show up like, okay, you keep telling me I'm wrong, so I'm gonna be wrong as hell now. I'm a buck as much now. So like again, because think about it now, us as adults, when we are confronted with that, right? How we process it. This was a 16-year-old boy from the minute that he walked in that mansion was told like everything about him was wrong. When he would try to say stuff and just be his authentic self, Uncle Phil would be like, oh, like, you know, like interjecting from the way that he speaks, the way that he expresses himself. Uncle Phil is like trying to be like, oh no, he doesn't mean that. No, he do mean that. So everything you're telling me, everything about me is wrong.
Caught up in between two worlds.
Yeah.
And what rings me is that conversation he had in season 1 with his former friend Trey, saying, "You just want to leave Philly, leave where we came from, come here, come be all Bel-Air and sell out and all that." And I think that's also kind of weighing into what he's doing right now. And I don't know. At some point, man, you can rep your hood, but there's nothing wrong with trying to strive for excellence and be given opportunities to better yourself. And you can still keep your hood adjacent qualities there, but still want better for yourself. There's nothing wrong
and
with
still
that.
know right from wrong. Whether he's 16 or 17, he knew what they was doing was wrong. He knew what he was doing was wrong.
Yeah,
so you're gonna go out here and destroy property?
Yeah,
that's not being 16 or 17. That's just being dumb.
I'm calling it in the next episode.
Hold on, Kofi. Micah talking, and then you.
Sorry, my fault.
I just wanted to like this survivor's guilt or knowing him he's from the hood. Does it just completely cloud your judgment of right from wrong? Because what he did was wrong, and he knew it was wrong. The second that he read, Uncle Phil came in and they said, "Oh, this and that," he immediately like you could see it on his face that he knew like he was about to get if they found out who did, they were about to get in some serious trouble.
Well, I think y'all and Kofi. Hold on, Leah. We're gonna go to Kofi right after me. It's not about, specifically for this act, it's not about necessarily knowing right from wrong. I think he made a choice and knowing it was wrong. He just didn't think they were going to get caught. So that part is the part that is the variable. Go ahead, Kofi.
Yeah, I'm calling it. Either he tells him in 9. I think they're gonna tell him in 9 in next episode, and I think maybe he gonna ask Uncle Phil to be Jazz's lawyer, cause he gonna need a lawyer.
No, we don't need him. We don't need Uncle Phil.
Also, what, we just gonna let our home stay in jail?
Go ahead, Aaliyah. We don't need Uncle Phil. You can analyze Uncle Phil all the hell you like, but we do not need Uncle Phil.
No, you made my point. It's not about him not knowing right or wrong. I really feel like he didn't think that he would get caught. And again, that's what kids do, right? Like, no one's gonna notice.
And honestly, it's Jazz's fault that he's stressed right now, because they will only have figures and some masks to go off of. I think that he would be less shaking his boots if Jazz did not pull his damn mask off.
Right. He was the dummy. For real.
And also bringing the evidence home. Now, once you leave the damn thing, you throw it in the river, in the sewer. Why you got the goddamn mask in the box in the house?
But to your point, Micah, survivor's remorse can impact that. And it's not necessarily about giving you the morality to choose right from wrong. Survivor's remorse is the thing that's going to push you to take action when you feel like there's nothing else that you can do. And he feels like he put his back is up against the wall in the moment that we see him, and he goes to Jazz's shop, and he, it's looked at as like, oh, it's your uncle that is helping to do all of this stuff. Like, and then you sitting at the pool with your friends, and like Jackie is in Amira are doubling down and like, yeah, because you like the waiver and you like the da. Like, it's all of those things that creates the rationale behind, okay, I'm gonna go do this very wrong thing. I don't think that he was thinking that he was doing something right. I think that he's like, okay, this is worth it. And we all do that. I know I do that. I weigh the consequences all the damn time. And if I feel like I can eat the consequences and I really want to do the thing, I'm gonna do it.
And don't forget the conversation he had with Omar Campbell. Didn't Omar Campbell say something? I'm just paraphrasing here, but then he said something like, oh, wouldn't there be a bunch of kids that would love to be in your shoes from Philly? So don't take
all of it.
Right.
So people are constantly reminding him, like, yo, you should be grateful that you're living this lap of luxury. You know what I'm saying?
And
which is how I don't understand how people root for him being around characters that consistently keep that narrative going. Like, I actually enjoy the Zaire character because he is able to give Will a certain proximity to the hood and to, like, I don't actually have, and like give him some relatability without putting Will in a position to feel like he's less than for accepting the help that he receives.
Right.
And it's like they want Will to respond a certain way, and they don't even understand the pressure that he's under, because each one of them are so strongly cemented on their side, and he's the only person who has one foot in each world.
Exactly.
Like Carlton, you're strictly Bel-Air, so that's all you are coming to the table with. You don't understand what it's like to be on the other side, and how someone can sympathize and empathize with what's going on with Jazz, because you say, oh, my dad is always on the right side of history. I'm blindly gonna follow
the way
my
I hollered,
exactly.
The way I said, Carlton, what?
Yeah, right. So, like, you can't even fathom that your father is wrong. You then say it's not my dad's fault, or it's not our fault that Jazz couldn't pay his taxes. So again, dismissing what's going on, but then your business is supposed to be geared to helping people like Jazz. So how do you even say that this is your business when you don't believe in it? Because your true feelings are, it's Jazz's fault that he can't pay his taxes, and my dad is always right.
And that goes back to some sort of type of elitism that Carlton
100%
has been around.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
100%. Because Carlton is not in it for the philanthropic part at all. Carlton is in this business with Will to save his reputation.
Yes.
Yep.
That's it.
Try and get into
He's not even in it to make money.
Because he got money now. It's like, so it ain't that. It's just to clean up his image.
That's it.
I do want to point out real quick though, Kofi, because I wanted to see if you caught this. So please let me know if you caught this. Because I believe like 2 lives ago, you would let me have it because you just felt like people needed to talk to Carlton and Carlton would listen. Did we catch how Carlton was never going to receive that Amira was the problem no matter who said it?
Oh, he won't believe nobody.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna that back and say you was right. Like you was right. I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna take that L because man, when I tell you, like you couldn't tell Carlton nothing, bro. Like for real. We gonna get to that part where she almost OD, or
I mean, we can go there now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
She didn't almost OD. She did. Lisa just happened to have Narcan.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And shout out to this. Okay, so like I don't want to go here, but I do want to make this statement publicly. So like hopefully it doesn't go off into a tangent. But Amira is who Olivia Baker was supposed to be.
Oh, child.
Oh Lord.
Oh no.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord is
Jesus.
right. Oh Lord is right. That's an extreme.
Y'all don't get me because I never liked Olivia.
Oh God. Oh,
I just had to say it.
I mean.
Oh
well,
man. I don't know.
Not Olivia though.
If we start talking about her, we'll go on forever.
Erica, you know, I love your ability to be like, I ain't choosing violence, but then every time your Glock is lock loaded and you aiming headshot,
Exactly.
I love it. I love that you lead with the, try to disarm people. I'm not choosing violence today. And then clearly, sniper.
Yeah.
Like you're a
It was
sniper.
just so episode 8. It was so clear because I have been on Amira's head from the beginning. I have not trusted her from the beginning. I already knew what was up with Miss Mamas from the beginning. But the story is compelling as hell. The lies are, her commitment to it is, and it's like if you're gonna give us a drugged out teenager, then you give us a drugged out teenager. But in episode 8, like, girl, you cannot die. You are a menace, but you can't die, honey. You gonna have to come back.
Right.
And that is what we needed with the relapse story that we got over there, and with the, oh my God, like, give us something real. Give us something. Like, there was a moment in watching episode 8 and I was like, damn, this girl might die. What's going to happen to Carlton if this girl dies?
No, I knew they were going to let her die.
But wait, did you hear how when
story.
Before she was like responsive and he was like, oh no, Amir, baby, the way he's pleading, I said, oh my God, Carlton, no. Carlton, just leave this druggie where she is.
Oh, he definitely would have
relapsed
if she
Save
had.
yourself. I said, oh my God.
But the way that her story is just like, now I am sad. Still don't like her ass, but it's compelling.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I was scared.
Give Carlton flipping out right before the speech that they had, because I fully thought he was going to like leave and let Will just make a fool of himself.
Yeah,
I was so happy that he was able to get back up there and do what he needed to do, because I was like, Lisa, why do this now?
Yeah.
I mean, because when Will was up there rapping the message and a jungle sometimes can make me wonder how I keep him going under. I'm like, oh, this is about to go left, and then Carlton came through.
That was a hot mess.
Yeah, a hot mess.
So,
Quentin was like, so hot.
Oh, I knew he was gonna stand Vic Mensa. Oh.
I'm like,
rightfully so. He gave you that stage. You gonna get up here and do your little. We already done told you, Will. Your vibes and good looks alone is not gonna cut it. We done already told you that.
Yeah, but they cleaned it up though. So, but yeah, I was afraid that if she died, man, Carlton was about to crash out. But they saved her. But I don't think this is done. Like, I think this is gonna scar them. Well, I won't say scar them, but they're gonna have to deal with the fallout of this for real.
That's what I want to see. And I want the real conversation and all her lies to come out. How she done told them on January 1st that it was the anniversary of the sister's death. But then she tells Lisa on July the 4th that it was the anniversary of the sister's death.
Right.
I need all the lies to come out. You lying little skank. Tell it all.
And I wonder what's been happening because, the guy said, she keeps relapsing. Like, what is her family history? And what's been going on with her?
Where are her parents? Not like we really probably need them, but where are your parents? You 17 and you keep going into the rehab. And she must come from some money too, because she was in a good rehab with Carlton.
Right.
Her parents must got a coin,
Yep.
What's your family do?
And part of me feels like she said that she's a repeat offender, but I don't feel like this is her second time. Like I feel like this is like your fourth.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah, so maybe they was there 15, 16, 17.
He couldn't lie.
Because even the guy was trying to warn Carlton, maybe he should, stay away and worry about himself first.
I'm gonna wonder how this dynamic is gonna play out now, like for real.
Yeah, because
it's a wrap. It's a wrap. The same way it's a wrap for Hilary's ass, and she is going down this aisle with LaMarcus. It is a wrap for Carlton. They are never going to be able to pry that boy away from this girl's side. He didn't watch her die and come back to life. Oh, she's going to have to break his heart for him to leave.
Because didn't that guy say, the guy who at the rehab facility, didn't he tell Amina something like, I know the real you? I thought he said those words.
He was like, I do know you. He said, oh, I know you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he clocked
someone was trying to warn Carlton to stay away from her and, worry about himself.
Yeah.
I thought he was like her brother or something.
So are we saying that the Amina storyline is going to be wrapped up in these last two episodes, or will it continue over to next season? What y'all think?
Oh, it's definitely going to continue.
I think it's going to continue.
Carlton is wrapped up in her.
Yeah.
And
because we have too many other storylines to get to, like the storyline with Lisa. We got to get to Hilary. We got to get to Jazz, Geoffrey.
And I'm back on Lisa Daddy Head because you, sir.
Yeah.
Disrespectfully, DA. You.
Yeah. Go ahead. Let's get to Wilkes.
You over here talking about a new baby brings anxiety. She didn't push the baby out her cooch. If you don't take your little beady head ass baby and go on somewhere, Lisa, get your stuff.
Baby on Lisa.
Oh, Lisa, pack a bag, honey, because we're done.
That's what I said. I said, Lisa, go to Viz's house.
I just don't know.
Because then what the daddy gonna do? He gonna have to face it.
Mm. It's coming here speaking to you like a nice, respectable woman. Talking to you about the postpartum that's definitely happening with your woman, and you want to get all indignant and throw her out. Okay.
And I'm hoping that we get more of that in these last two episodes. Like that storyline, we don't have to wait until next season for it, because that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do we think Hilary's walking down this aisle with this man?
Yes.
Or not?
No.
I think she walking, but I don't think she gets to the end.
No.
And she walking with Jazz, like, don't you do it. Don't you do it.
I think she walking, but
how is Jazz going to get to Martha's Vineyard and he can't even pay his taxes and he in jail?
Jazz gonna be
we gonna hook him up. I'll pay for his legal fees because I'm gonna need him to
this was gonna happen. Jazz is in jail. There's 2 more episodes left. About episode 10, when the wedding is about to happen, they're gonna tell Hilary Jazz is in jail, and she'll run down the aisle and go to Jazz in prison.
Hey, look, Erica, Kofi said he about to start a GoFundMe for Jazz. So everybody make sure y'all donate $5.
You need the bail and you need the ticket to Martha's Vineyard and you need the Uber fee. That's like $130 from the Long Island.
You gotta get on that ferry. You gotta get on that ferry too.
Right. He's not making it to this wedding.
Wait, hold on. Do we think the money that he won in the race he used to pay taxes? Because if not, he got some money.
No, he used part of it. He said it was going to be a help, but he still is behind.
Oh, okay.
He don't make it now. If he has to go on the wings of love, shout out my man Geoffrey Osborne. Because
Ashley, how about this? Ashley gonna buy him a ticket.
Ooh,
that's
there you
go.
Ashley gonna get him there. There you go.
Oh, no, Aaliyah, you don't even get that one because he don't like the women in his life that love him showing up for him in that way. So he gonna fight it.
Not with little Ashley. You know him and Ashley got a special thing.
Yeah, him and Ashley tight.
Him and Ashley got a special thing.
Ashley could reveal the kiss at the wedding right before it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yo, if she do that,
I think Ashley would purposely do that. I don't think she would do her sister like that.
No. She wouldn't do it, but I wanted to.
Or how about this? How about it'll be like rehearsal dinner or something, and Ashley be like, "Are you sure you want to do this? Because you kissed Jazz, and then what's his face here?"
No.
But Steve, my only thought about that is I think that LaMarcus is still marrying her, even if he know. That's my thought.
Like, I want to hate the nigga, but I can't hate him. Too nice,
man. If I may.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go for it, Naya. Hold on, y'all, Naya. Naya, that's you, right?
Yeah.
Go
Hey
for it.
y'all. I actually want her to marry LaMarcus with a swiftness. I actually want it for her because he has done nothing wrong this season other than being in the hospital, which was not his fault. But Jazz has not done anything this season that would make me vote for her to be with him. So sorry.
Right.
And he's in jail, so how he gonna get there?
I told you we don't.
There was one moment. There was one out. It was when she was with them in the meeting with the agent, where he could have very easily like walked over her when he's like, oh no, like he could have been like, let's just do the couple thing, like bump your cooking, and he sat there and supported her the whole time. That was like, if they were gonna make him the villain, that was the moment, and he didn't do it. So I'm like, at this point, Jazz, ain't nothing wrong with LaMarcus. You just not showing up, and I don't feel like he's learned anything from their last breakup, which was his fault. So go ahead and marry him in the white dress. I have nothing to say. I have no objection.
Does she love him though? Like, do she love him?
What if he dies though?
Does he love
He
her?
could die though.
He could
die.
I personally think that she's going to make it down the aisle, and I think that this is going to wind up being a conversation about divorce, not about if the wedding actually happens. But to Naya's point, like, he hasn't done anything wrong, and more and more, I feel like she is showing right, and Jazz hasn't done anything right, and more, she's showing that she actually like she does care about him. It might not be the most electric and like passionate, volatile stuff that we saw with her and Jazz, but I also am of the camp of like, love doesn't have to always look like that. And when you don't actually audit it, and when you are so fixated on feeling sparks, that to me could be a telltale sign of like your relationship is never going to make it, because what about the quiet moments if you always need electricity to be pulsing through the veins of your relationship?
Exactly.
And my whole stipulation was,
hold on, Mike.
It's more to a relationship than just love.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're a little bit low, so they can't really hear you. What you say?
Oh, sorry.
I said it's more to a relationship than just love.
I don't think it's the thing of loving him. I think it's gonna be the thing with his career that's gonna be with tears them apart. Not even so when it's easy for him to show up for her in her business meeting and stuff, because he's always championed her in her work stuff, because it was not in conflict of him. He had already had a career, but now that his career is in jeopardy, that's going to be the thing. It was very easy to champion her and get her billboards and put her in these spaces, but I think that's going to be the test of their relationship, when it's going to have to come out that he can't play football anymore, or he rushes to go back and injures himself.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me, but I fear they are setting this man up to die. I don't know why.
That's what I think too.
I was thinking the same thing.
No, I don't know why I'm getting. No, I'm getting not vibes.
That's not wishing death on LaMarcus. Damn.
No, I
don't know what that man did.
Listen,
I'm not gonna lie. I wanted him to die on the field, but that did not happen. So
exactly, if he was gonna die, then he would have died. Then I'm just saying.
No,
I think people are talking about how.
I am fully on Team LaMarcus for sure, because I mean I haven't seen him do anything that is worthy of like, oh, why would she like him? You know what I mean? I get it. He seems like a really nice guy, and he seems to like care about her a lot. But I don't know. When I watch the episodes, the way they set things up, it's just given. Are they gonna kill this man off? Like, is this the direction we're going? Like, I wouldn't like that, because
I'll be right back, but you can keep talking.
But I don't know.
You're gonna have to do that for me, because I don't want her with Jazz. So
I'm definitely Team LaMarcus.
But like, all right, I don't like.
He's not doing enough, Micah. He has not done anything this season that warrants me to champion them.
I know I need to let it go, but I just can't let it go. Like LaMarcus, I can't even hate him. I want to hate him, but I can't hate him because he's so good.
Yeah. There's been so many moments where he could have been the villain and he hasn't been the villain. So what am I going to do? I can't be mad at the man for showing up for her, because Jazz ain't doing it.
And even that is still not enough. That's still Hilary and LaMarcus are not in game, even if it's not Hilary and Jazz.
Yeah, that's
they don't have to be end game, but he's what's good for her right now, and I'm going to support what's good for her right now. Jazz has not done anything for me to even say that. Jazz has not worked on anything that he was supposed to work on in order to step to Hilary correct. So I'm not going to be mad at the dude who is in her face offering her what she needs at this exact moment, which is support for her and her dreams and what she's got going on. He's the only one doing that. Jazz is not. So it doesn't matter if they're endgame or not. I'm not even team LaMarcus. I'm more what's right for Hilary in this moment. And she wants LaMarcus because of what he offers. And I'm not going to be mad at her for that. Until Jazz can get his own shit together, he can't come to Hilary with anything to offer. Nothing has changed from season 2 to season 3. So if you want to walk down the aisle with the white dress, I support her.
I mean, she can do it, but at the end of the day, I think she still has something with Jazz. Like, she can like LaMarcus. I'm not saying she don't like the man, but I don't know. You wouldn't have kissed that man if you didn't still have feelings for him. Like, come on, let's just be real. All right.
That was before LaMarcus got into the hospital. So like Jazz, the same thing goes for Jazz. She can be in love with Jazz and him not be right for her at this moment.
Exactly.
You can love somebody all you want, but he has not offered her anything that he was supposed to offer her in season 2 when he decided to break up with her and then after the fact, and he still hasn't delivered anything this season. So they can be in love with each other all they want, but what has changed?
Don't mean that the relationship will work.
Jazz's character has been a huge disappointment this season. Like, he hasn't, like,
it's been a
He's
disappointment.
just been going downhill.
In his own life, like, he needs to get things in order with his own. Like, what are your goals? What really drives you? Yes, the record shop is
he's
great.
worried about that record store right now and then doing dumb things about it instead of doing the right thing.
So it sounds
I'm gonna be honest. Sorry, I don't want to get this out. I want to be honest. Like, I feel like now there's urgency with the record store and like it being of importance to him now that it's a threat to be taken away, which I don't agree with. But before then, I can't say, oh yes, Jazz is passionate about his record shop to the point of like no return. I don't feel like I know a lot about Jazz other than he's a cool vibe. That's about it.
Cool vibe.
And I still feel the same way.
I thought he was gonna take the money up until I think her name's Yolanda. Up until she told him, "Oh, hustlers gotta keep hustling and stuff." I thought he was gonna take the money. It gave that he was leaning towards just taking the money and moving on.
So that's what I thought. So it sounds like the ladies are saying that Endgame is LaMarcus.
No, I mean, nobody knows what Endgame is. Like, Endgame, nobody knows like Endgame or who's gonna end up with who. But like, given the circumstances that everybody's in, like Jazz and Hilary, other than after the first 3 episodes, they haven't been in each other's orbit. They haven't even really been thinking about each other, to be fair. And I'm a writer for them, but
they're not on the same page right now.
Yeah, they're in such different points in their lives that even I can admit, as much as I ride for them, that it's probably best they go their separate ways, at least for now.
Well, I don't think
it's definitely not good for Hilary. He's definitely not good for her.
I'm team Hilary. I'm not team no man. I'm team Hilary down. I don't really care about LaMarcus, Jazz. If they're not servicing her storyline, then I don't give a rat's ass.
Look, I'm just gonna say this for the record. I don't know if they're gonna be endgame. I don't know if Jazz and Hilary gonna be together, but I'm just calling it right now. She ain't walking down that aisle. I'm calling it right now. Like, I don't know. Either he stops it or she has second thoughts, because I don't think she's gonna go through with it. I really don't.
Okay, Kofi, if she doesn't go down the aisle, what should we do when we come back to the live? If she does go down the aisle,
then y'all can say I told you so, and I have to eat it.
Okay, great.
But there's a difference, though. She
enough. I don't even know all that was said, but that's not enough, Kobe, because I'll be telling you so all the damn time.
Okay, fine, whatever. Y'all wanna let me have it, then let me have it. But if she don't walk down the aisle, I'm gonna be in here. I'm gonna say I told y'all so, and I'm gonna say run me my money. So like, let's go.
Give me my money.
Run him his money.
He said, run me my money.
Wow, Hilary cannot walk down the aisle and still not be with Jazz. So are you trying to say, is she not walking down the aisle to be with Jazz, or she's just not walking down the aisle? Because I can agree about her maybe not walking down the aisle for herself, not for Jazz.
it's either or at this point. I mean, either she can walk
or.
Oh, I'm saying either she
They
don't
said
walk down
pick a
the aisle.
side, Kofi. They said pick a side.
Yeah, because I feel like you're really leaning towards he not walking down the aisle because she gonna go bail Jazz out in jail. You really want it to be her and Jazz, not her choosing herself.
I don't even think Jazz is still gonna be in jail by the time episode 10 comes out.
Okay, so right. Okay, so yeah, you think it's gonna be Hilary and Jazz? Just be honest, it's okay.
All right, I mean, yeah, because I kind of want it.
Okay, so then no, I'm not running you your money because if she's not going to walk down the aisle, then I want her to choose herself, not Jazz.
Okay.
He's still not a viable option.
I don't think for the moment, I ride for Jazz and Hilary too, but for the moment right now, they don't need to be together. And it doesn't give that they're even considering it right now to be together.
Well, I don't know. Maybe these next 2 episodes will tell me something. I don't know. Maybe we'll get something.
I hope they don't have her running back to Jazz.
I love you so much.
Get out of jail first.
I love Kofi so much because he stands so tall and stands so true to what the hell he thinks and what he believes. Because the way that you just said, maybe the next 2 episodes are going to tell you something. Once you decide something, Kofi, it don't matter what anybody say and or do, including the damn show.
Yeah, that's fair.
What you want is what you want.
Always gonna stand 10 toes down, always.
Yeah, because Jazz is my boy, so I want him.
Right, but like, and then we keep getting hit with the same thing, and y'all, I'm freaking embracing what is my journey and what may be my impact in this world is to coach you wayward niggas up, because the way that you are rooting for Jazz because he's your homeboy, but that rooting for him does not actually look like you calling his ass to the carpet and calling him up to greater is beyond me. And I guess it's just Erica's job to bridge the gap.
They want women to be in struggle love. I really believe that.
Struggle love. I'm not giving him a pass for this wayward taxes and the fact that you decided to go to this burn thing and take your mask off. Like, no.
But those are specific things that you can morally call to him as wrong. We're talking about how he's not ready for Hilary, and that doesn't matter to you.
I never said that.
It's not about
you didn't have to say it, Kofi, because you want them together. And you cannot fathom what they're saying in reference to like he cannot actually be with her because it would actually add no benefit to her life. That part of you saying, well, no, they still need to be together, but completely jumping over the fact that he's not adding any value to her life is indirectly, without saying it doesn't matter that he don't add value.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think I'm saying that. Man.
You don't think you're saying that, but you are.
Look, then maybe look.
Kofi, okay, so you just applied, right? You just applied to a news network, right? You just applied to a news network to work with them on camera, right? Yeah, and they have a certain level of requirements for their on-air talent, correct?
Yeah, they want me to, cover high school football.
Okay, so what a lot of men do, and sometimes you do, whether you are intending to or not, so please do not, we're not charging this to your heart at all, babe. It's 100% being charged to your head. What men will do sometimes is look at the very real requirements that are outright stated, like the ones that you had to look at for whatever they require for their on-air talent, and not have any of the damn things on the requirements, but still say, I want this job. I deserve this job. That is the exact same thing that they are saying right now as it pertains to Hilary and Jazz. And you rooting for him to still get the opportunity to be in romance with Hilary while also ignoring the fact that he is unqualified is you saying it doesn't matter his shortcomings, he still should get something that he does not deserve.
Yeah. Right.
Like, really,
you don't want to say it, but that's what you're saying.
Yeah. Like, we need to.
Does that make sense, Kofi?
The girl.
Yeah, it makes sense. I hear y'all. So look,
y'all
trying. Like, I try to say it in a way that's not like harsh or I don't know. Maybe I'm not saying it correctly.
No. But I hear y'all making sense. I'm not gonna take any how you say offense to what you're saying because what y'all are saying is really valid. I don't know. Maybe this is a flaw in me where I'm looking too much at the optimistic and paternalistic view. Like I just want it to work out when in fact you guys may have a point that he hasn't really put in the work to do what he got to do to get his woman in the first place. So I mean that's a fair point. I can't fault y'all for that. So
and it's not just you though, Kofi. It's not just you.
I appreciate getting the girl. Like I appreciate getting the girl. So I love that you're always like trying to root for the man to get the girl. But what I want to normalize is getting the girl when you've done the work, not just getting the girl because you feel like you have a connection and that's it. It's more like he needs to do more than just getting her if it's not going to be any different than the last time they were together.
And honestly, that just speaks to men decentering themselves and being able to actually account for what women need, and it making it not just about what they want.
Yeah, right.
I'm just trying to figure out how this is going to go because I just don't think this is going.
Do you guys think that the writers are shifting away from the whole Jazz and Hilary story? Because after episode 3, there hasn't really been any like hints or anything, no talk, no like of like them relationship or anything. So is it that the writers are shifting away from the story altogether, or is it like a bait and switch where they circle back at the end?
I'm thinking that they're about to. I think they might address it in 9. I don't know if they're gonna go back to it in 10. Like I just don't know. Because part of me just thinks like this isn't like the seasons. What's the theme of this season? Like what has been the overarching theme?
Amina.
That
her name is Amira.
Amira. We're gonna need you to know the lady's name. Amira. You've been calling her Amira all night.
My bad.
Yeah, so I don't know what the overarching theme is going to be. So I'm trying to.
I don't either because they've released this season too damn fast. So I don't know what the theme of this season.
Y'all low key blew my mind last live when y'all confirmed that Jazz and Hilary never got together in the original. So once y'all said that, I was released from the shackles of ever hoping for them. So I honestly hope that they're moving away from it.
Wait, you didn't know that?
They're not.
I thought that they dated at some point.
No, they went on a date. That's it.
They went on a date. I don't remember.
He just had a really big crush on her.
Yeah, he had a big crush on her. They went on one date, and really, Hilary just did it despite her parents.
Oh.
So see, that's all I needed. I don't never have to root for them again.
Yeah, he ended up marrying Charmaine from a different world.
And I remember that.
I mean, granted, like I like them, but it's not enough right now. Like I just feel like they have definitely this season, they have not put them on screen together at all since the hospital scene. So I feel like because they've opened up Josh's storyline and they have Hilary's storyline going where it's going, even though I would like to see more. I think the only like critique I have about this season and the show is that they don't center the women as much. Like, of course, Viv is going to get her scenes, but I feel like we could have done a lot more Lisa and less of Amira. Yes. I feel
we
like
got a lot more Lisa than we used to get.
Has gotten screen. I feel like Lisa, we're just getting into Lisa now about like her struggles. I feel like we could have done that episodes ago, but we've been focused on Amira, and Jackie has been taking up screen time when I could have been seeing more Ashley because Ashley's in the back, but Ashley is doing what she's doing. And then Hilary, I feel like when are we gonna get back to the cooking with Hilary? Like I feel like she's here, but then she'll be gone for 3 episodes and then she'll come back and it'll be a little slice. And then
unfortunately, Naya, I feel like we're in the minority. We're in the minority as it pertains to Lisa. So I honestly am proud of all that they have given us because Lisa isn't necessarily a fan favorite. Like people don't really check for her, and people have like talked about no shade because I think Micah is the most notable one I could think of. It's like Lisa's boring from the very beginning, so I think that that's more of that. Like I don't think that they're trying to slight Lisa. I think that they also have to be mindful of like navigating their audience, which is probably why we have Jackie this season. Because
no, but why don't we like her?
I've come around to Lisa this season a lot more than in the past. Because in the past, I just thought she was...
Why didn't you like her before?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what was boring about Lisa.
Yeah,
she is quiet, y'all. She's quiet. She's not dramatic. She's not chaotic. And when you grow up in the United States like we do, like we have been conditioned.
Right.
We have been conditioned to normalize toxicity, y'all. Yeah, like the drama and the toxicity is what like catches people. So I'm not even surprised when I get that in the comments of like, oh, of course you love. It's the same thing, honestly, like with Layla. Like people didn't really take to her either, and it's like it's because it's
heavy.
too.
Yeah,
the complex characters, the stuff that doesn't jump off the screen.
Our society of now, when you have Bad Girls Club and Housewives and all that kind of stuff, they look for people to create drama, and they think you're boring if you're not creating drama, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think it's a call to like people in real life, and it's probably why I gravitate towards these characters, because I'm a person who like I don't maintain friendships just to maintain friendships. Like I'm really bad about that. Like if you're not talking about nothing, I'm not listening. Like I'm getting out of here. But I will be the person at the party talking to the most obscure person who has the most interesting story and has something to say. I'm not doing a bunch of small talk with you. And I think characters that force people to lean in and to acquire more, and there's a little bit more of unearthing that has to happen before you can get to the meat and potatoes of them. People don't want to do the work that comes with those people or those characters. Well, those characters on screen, but in real life, people don't want to do the work of like asking, exposing questions. But I am that type of person in real life where I'll ask you, like, ask people at a freaking Hollywood party, like, how's your heart posture? Like, how are you feeling? And they'll look at me like, and it'd be a whole thing. So I attribute it to that. And it wasn't to judge you, Micah, specifically, because I just remembered you saying it was boring. And I think majority people say that about Lisa.
I do, but I do remember your explanation though, Micah, like which I understood. I think you were just along the lines of, because she's such an internal character, it's a like you have to, like Erica said, you have to peel back the layers, or you have to kind of pry it out of her, because she's quiet, but she's also very powerful when she does speak. And I think I do remember you saying this season you came around to her a little bit more because she's a little bit more reactionary, which I think is a good thing. And I think that's her arc this season, is speaking up more, and speaking like power to her words, and like where it's like, you can't necessarily look over it, or it's not, it's not disputable. So I mean, I think that's, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I feel like that's what you were alluding to.
That's
that
exactly.
she's popping off the page a little bit more than usual. Not to say that, to me, I didn't think she was boring in the last 2 seasons, but she definitely is, I think, trying to find her vocal voice. And yes, it started with Jackie, which I was standing
but also
behind her when she cussed her out, because she was doing too much.
Yeah, but I feel like what's so powerful about Lisa, right? Because I mean, look at the dad that she has. He's a person. Someone comes to talk to you, like Aunt Viv, come and talk to him, and he isn't even listening to what she has to say. He immediately like kicks her out of the office, right? And I feel like when you have a parent like that, you kind of condition yourself into, okay, when I say something, it doesn't matter because nobody's listening. So I think I feel like that is where Lisa is coming from in terms of the way that she goes about it. I think that I'm loving that arc of her speaking up for herself, but I personally kind of connected to that because I've always found her to be intriguing, in my opinion, because I think that's something that's very relatable. Sometimes when you have parents or people, friends in your life, when you speak up and it feels like whatever you say doesn't matter. So what's the point of saying it? But into that place of like just owning that, okay, if no one listens to me, it's still important that I say what I have to say.
Yeah.
Which I think is really powerful.
Yeah, and it's so understandable because of her dad.
Yeah.
Like her dad, she's been taught to stifle her voice for like so long, like dating back to her mother's passing, that like that becomes a part of you, where it's not that she doesn't have a voice, because I feel like when she does like vocalize how she feels, it's powerful, especially in 1 and 2. It just wasn't as reactionary because I think she's a person who's internal and has to think through things. Now it's
and because you gotta fight fire with fire sometimes, and when you got a little fiery hoe.
Right, exactly. And
from what I've seen, people don't like Lisa on like Twitter and stuff for 2 reasons. One, they don't like her because she dated Carlton first, And two, they don't like her because they think that Jackie is hood and Will is hood, so they hood together and hood love. That's the two reasons I've seen
Copy and
most
paste puzzle piece
popular.
ABC 1, 2, 3 S for me, because at this point you can say anybody is hood. Oh, be with him because that y'all from the hood, so y'all get each other. Meanwhile, Lisa speaks to not only who he is now, but who he is trying to be. Meanwhile, y'all trying to chain him to a girl who only resonates with who he was.
Right.
Girl.
But I feel like Mike, I see the same thing. I see the same thing
really
when it
pushing
comes
this
to
agenda, because even on I'm scrolling through Instagram right now. Peacock got a post about whether Will should be with Jackie or Lisa. Like, they posted the 2 clips from earlier in this season.
Video coming about it too, because I'm gonna get them clicks, so that's fine. But I want to add something on to Micah's thing. It's 3 reasons, boo. The 2 that you just said, and then also most of their asses on Twitter are toxic.
Right.
Yeah, they are.
And I don't even know if they don't want Lisa and Will together, or like, well, yes, but if they just love Jackie so damn much and they find her so compelling, or they just don't want Will with Lisa.
You know, I can't even ask what they love about her no more. They love how she looks.
I feel like Jackie is like how Tasha was in Power. She wants him to be in the same place where he was. She doesn't want him to grow. She doesn't want him to do any better. She doesn't want him to get out of the life that he left behind. She wants him to stay exactly where he is and exactly how he was in the hood.
So is Lisa Angela in this scenario?
No.
Please, Kofi. Please. Please. Please.
Lisa Angela?
You brought up Tasha, so
Lord have mercy. I was not.
It's not a 1-to-1 comparison, Kofi. You gotta listen now.
I'm just saying, my bad. Don't jump on my
Angela
throat.
From?
I'm sorry, don't jump on
because
my throat.
she mentioned Tasha, so he would know
right. But we were talking about
That is quite literally what you men do. And yes, I said you men.
That is disrespectful, Kofi.
Kofi, we gonna learn you up right. I promise. I promise you, Kofi. We really are. We gonna learn you up right, Kofi. If it's the last thing we do, we gonna learn you up right. I promise.
Jackie and Will are not from the same hood.
Do the comparison. He went straight to Angela.
Yeah,
I'm tripping. I'm tripping. My fault.
They're not from the same hood, though. I don't.
They are eating my ass up, Naya. In the comments on my videos, they are eating me up about this whole Jackie slander. They're calling it. They're very perturbed.
Girl. How is it slander?
I think they just don't want to admit the truth, which is that because Jackie's light skinned and pretty, they like Jackie more than Lisa. That's the truth.
I wish they would just say that. I wish they would just say that.
Me too.
I don't think it's just that. I think they like Jackie just being hood.
They don't want to.
She's not even fully hood. She not.
What about Jackie?
She don't even give me real hood. I actually live in Southeast LA, and she gives cosplaying hood at best.
Maybe not.
But I'm trying not to on the actress.
She's a little ghetto.
It gives cosplay.
What's ghetto? The door knockers. What's ghetto? The door knockers, the oversized boots, the cargo pants. What's ghetto about Jackie? Please tell me.
The way she acts.
That way. She rolled her neck.
Maybe she hooded Jason.
They love that stuff.
Maybe
even
she's performing ghetto.
I think she was trying to give some of it. Like, remember when it was after the whole race thing, the streetcar, whatever. Like, and Lisa cussed her out, and they like ran into each other at the country club, and she was really into it, like her rolling her neck, like, but you didn't say this. I was just like,
that was giving me fiery Latina. That was giving me fiery Latina all day.
No, it was, but it was also given like she was trying to give the whole like, you know, we from the hood and you supposed to have my back. I was like,
oh yeah, she definitely said that. But it's girl, at this point, it's just because you live in a zip code, but it's giving you from the hood, but you don't ever come outside.
No, but my point was that's how it gives very like you're trying to posture as if you're like you and Will can relate on this like one slice of y'all both being from the hood, but you guys are not even from the same hood. So let's talk that. And that's not enough. Like it feels very performative. Like everything about it.
Girl, your hood has palm trees.
Honestly, this thing should be over. I don't think Will even thinking about old girls, so I don't even think she's gonna be a
Oh,
motherfucking.
now he's not thinking
That's
about
not.
old girl.
He
I've been
is
listening
thinking
to
about
all the
her.
lives, Kofi.
That's what
I've been
That's the
listening
point
to
I'm
all the
making up.
lives.
I'm making, Kofi. He is thinking about her. He might not be thinking about her romantically, but
He is.
the West Philly, the old da 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 that resonates in his head, and it's contributing to his decision making.
And she brings it up every time.
Look, I just don't think she's gonna
I sense the shift, Kofi, because you was
Kofi,
real
you're
in
not
the
listening,
beginning,
babe.
like, well,
Because you were already talking before the sentence was fully finished. You're not listening.
I know. I'm shifting though, for real. I don't think she's gonna pick her. Yeah.
But
Like,
why? But why? But I want to know why you don't think that now. Because you were
We're
very
not gonna get the
steadfast in the
answer.
beginning, like they have commonalities, and like yes, Lisa and Will, but Will and Jackie, they relate because they from the hood, and she understands him. Like that was kind of your vibe at the beginning of the season.
yeah,
So I just
it
want to know
was
why the
my
shift has
vibe.
happened.
I just think, like, honestly, Lisa seems to me she's proven that she's a better partner for Will in this space that he's trying to get into, but I don't know if Will has done the internal work about whether or not he wants to still, you know, shout out his hood or find that commonality. I don't know. I feel like there's about to be another conflict that's gonna arise from this, but just
But
gonna
I
have to
have a
wait and see.
question. Like I have a genuine question. Just
Sure.
because Will is internally struggling with am I is my place in Bel-Air, or is my place in the hood and from like going like home, why does that
Yeah.
have to connect to Jackie? That's what I don't understand, the whole like argument for
Because
Jackie of
she's
like,
the one
well,
that
they have
keeps bringing it up.
commonalities, they relate, but
She,
that doesn't, just because he's internally struggling with it and she always wants to bring him back to a place of feeling guilty because he's taking advantage of opportunities, that's the only reason why she's like a symbolism of anything of that internal struggle. But that, like, it doesn't need to correlate to her. Like, he's going through his own internal struggle. That doesn't mean that they need to be together,
I
because
didn't.
he's finding it hard to have his feet in both worlds. I'm not saying you're saying that. I'm just saying that that's the argument of like why they need to be together, because she can relate. And he's
I mean,
also
that's
going through this internal struggle that he goes through every season. It just kind of like develops even further of like he has his foot in both worlds and he does not know how to balance.
yeah.
I
This is
just don't
all.
know what Jackie's purpose is besides to just like constantly remind him of his roots, even though they're not from the same place. So he's annoying as hell.
I don't even see how they relate, like, at all. There's no relation. Like, Will
At
relates to
all.
the old boy that works with him on the golf carts, because he also has a scholarship and
Right.
his place. He
Zaire.
relates to him.
Yeah.
How does Jackie? Is
Yeah.
Jackie in high school? Jackie's in high school, right?
Yeah.
She might be,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but she's poor. She's in high school.
That
Where,
Unless
much.
she
like,
scammed her way out of high school. I think she's still
Okay,
in high
now
school.
the girl going to try and get in the Juilliard.
Well,
Like, with that.
she is a
really?
scammer. She is a
I'm
scammer.
trying to figure out the relation though.
Hmm.
There
Hmm.
is none. They just want to paint it like it is because she's a cute girl. That's it. And instead of being honest and just saying that we rocking with her because she cute, they are coming up with all of this nonsense and bullcrap, and we tired. And I tell you, I told you
And
earlier, Erica, I
dismissing
was
Erica's
windmilling
very
for my
real
life.
over communicated
No,
points and
yeah,
disrespecting Erica in a way in the process when all you really have to say is she is the
she cute and I
prototypical
like her.
beautiful girl, and that's why I'm rocking with her, and I can respect that. But what you're not going to do is tell me I'm lying, tell me I'm slandering her, tell me all of these things to try to make me the bad guy, all so that you can defend a manipulative, trifling pretty girl.
They think you being a hater though, for real.
Ooh, that's what they
Hater,
think,
that's
but that's
nothing
not the
new.
case.
That's nothing new.
Who said
They always
hater?
call me a hater.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh.
Hmm.
Anytime that you disagree with their narrative is you being a hater. No, I'm real.
Right. Like
That's what
somebody
it
can
is.
have their
Yeah.
own opinion. Just
Not.
because you
Off of
disagree with them, now you're a
what?
hater. Hating on
So,
They're
what?
not.
are
Guys,
we
They're
Girl,
supposed
we
not
to
hating
have?
on
real.
Jackie. We hating on
So,
Jackie. But when I tell you we
He's
can
not
list a
compelling.
laundry list of her shortcomings,
and her manipulation.
Real quick, NXXD, they did throw out Scammer, and I think that y'all are going to try to pacify away. She was working with her uncle to scam people.
We forgot. No,
I'm just saying because NXXD said y'all gonna have to explain the scammer part, and I'm just like, season 1.
Erica, you can do it. You can break it down because I'm not doing it.
If you've been watching the show,
he's a scammer.
You forget that. That's how he met Jackie. Jackie manipulated him to come to that.
Yes. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Tanya. And I'm not explaining
the
it.
coach, what's his name? Doc wanted Will in his back pocket because of Will's proximity to Phillip, because he knew he was in some nonsense and he could use Phillip. That's what it was. The whole basis of Will and Jackie is predicated on a lie.
But then there's people in the comment section telling me that they not root for Will and Lisa because they started off wrong. And I'm just like, Will and Lisa started off wrong?
They didn't start off wrong. It was the most natural thing. She walked up to him, she liked him, and she didn't have no goddamn clue who he was. Because like he said when he went off, he said, in 10 years, you ain't never said nothing to me. You came out here, you forgot about us. So she didn't even know that Carlton had a goddamn cousin. And this is his first cousin. If you don't know nobody in my family, you know my first cousins. Because everybody know your first cousins is like your brothers and damn sisters.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting hot. I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad now. You know. Oh, God.
Okay, edits XD. Respectfully.
We gonna see her again these last 2 episodes or nah?
You tell us, Kofi, because I didn't think we were gonna see her in the last 4 episodes she popped up in. So I don't know.
Like Jackie,
I would like not to see her again.
She's been irrelevant. Like she didn't need. If you took Jackie out, you wouldn't notice that she was gone. If you just took her out of every episode that she's been in, it's like she's just been there. She's been in.
No, but quiet as it's kept. Will and Jackie just have to be together. I always go through Twitter when the episodes drop just to see the conversations. And every episode Jackie has been in, they always put this is very strategically either Jackie's with Will or she's around Lisa. Every scene Jackie has been in, it's like, oh my God, Lisa's so annoying. Jackie and Will just need to be together. They have chemistry. They have better chemistry. And I'm just like, oh my God. They have not taken anything from her scenes but that. She's not compelling.
They pushing it real
heavy. Someone in the comments saying Lisa is jealous of Jackie. What is there to be jealous of?
Oh my God, I saw that too, Kenny. That is another thing that they say that Lisa is jealous of Jackie. And I'm like, jealous of what?
What?
Her.
Be a whole thing at the country club, or is
I would imagine
a little in time?
I would imagine so, because 10 is supposed to be Hilary's wedding, so 9 might be a fallout.
It is?
Yeah, I read. They have the episode titles. Yeah, they have the episode titles. If you Google Bel-Air season 3, they got the season 3 episode titles on there. So
and descriptions too.
And descriptions too.
I have beef with why they didn't release this weekly. It's really crazy. We're talking about the last 2 episodes of a 10-episode season, and it just came out a couple weeks. I don't understand the logic of just spitting them out.
1 month, 4 weeks.
Because to be honest, my mind is still in episode 3. But I gotta catch up to be done with the season. I don't understand why they would just spit it out like this. What was wrong with just drawing it out? I really can't. It's too much.
Y'all, I'm so sorry. Y'all gonna have to keep it going in the comment section because I gotta go.
Erica made the point yesterday that they did a content dump like this because of season 2 not being so good. They were like a little hesitant. They weren't as confident in their product.
Yeah.
And they had an amazing season in season 3. But because of how season 2 started, they were not super confident in the season. So they did a dump like this, like 3 episodes 1 week, 3 episodes like this. And it's so sad because this season was absolutely magnificent.
Phenomenal.
And they could have drug it out.
Okay.
Like, literally.
Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.
Bye, Erica.
Be on the lookout for my Reasonable Doubt announcement. I am going to be going live to talk about Reasonable Doubt. Thank y'all for joining me. And Kofi, I appreciate you for bearing the fire most of the time and showing up every single live.
I'm cool. I mean, I ain't the typical black male now. Like, I could take constructive criticism. Like,
now I ain't one of them.
Weak white brothers that can't take a black woman's critique. Like, I can take it. That's all good with me. So cool.
I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much and talk to you later.
Bye.